Here in the city of Doors, Dame's troubles tend to go unheard. The factions keep their own law, and the average Joe, well, we're stuck carving out our own order. But Sigil isn't without help. When you've got a problem with no solution, a puzzle with no key, there's only one joint in town to turn to. They might not be the most professional outfit around, but they always solve the case. Because when you're desperate enough to turn to these idiots, you'll find your conundrum might just be open and shut.
Hello and welcome to our little mystery-solving D&D campaign, folks. My name is Austin, and as always, I'm joined by my heroes hired by a high-up, the heist of Coney. Say hello, everyone.
Hi.
Heist what?
A Coney. So a Coney is a victim of a Coney catcher, and a Coney catcher is a thief, swindler, or con.
Ooh, you got
Okay.
Coney.
So it has nothing to do with rabbits.
It has nothing to do with rabbits, no.
Fascinating.
Or Coney Island.
All right,
The
no further
heist
questions.
Lagomorph.
That's where I went.
We got the cant this season, but we also brought back a little alliteration from the very first campaign. So
I like it. We're doubling it up.
we're
Multi-bit
having
drifting.
it both ways.
So next campaign is going to have alliteration, cant, and then a third thing.
3 bits. I'm running out of the cant. I have the glossary in front of me, and I really should have printed out and crossed off the ones as I use them, because I'm like, oh, a good one. Oh, nope, I've used that noun. Running out of nouns to call you. Anyway,
We need more nouns.
if you haven't been
Get
driven
on
away
it.
by the last...
Down.
If you haven't been driven away by the last 90 seconds of nonsense, welcome to Campaign 2, Season 2, Episode 2.
Yay!
Deuces Wild
Yay.
of Rolling with Difficulty. We are excited to get going, but before then, first off, another warm welcome to Olivia, who's joining us for these 5 episodes, the first half of this season.
Oh,
I'm back.
hello. Oh my
Hello.
goodness, it's me again.
Yay! And a very special guest star.
Whoa!
It's a
And
Saturday
before
night.
And before we get going, as always, Sophia has some nonsense to say. Sophia, share the nonsense.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to do it, and then literally the exact second you threw to me, there was an incredibly loud train whistle outside of my window. Yeah.
That was me.
It's your introduction
ventriloquist.
music.
Yeah, I'll signal you when you should start the spiel. You'll know it when you see it.
Well, I'm going to throw out the bit that I was going to do and just close that dictionary.com tab and instead jump onto this moving train. They'll take me right to Plugsville to talk about all the cool stuff that we've got. If you want to be a member of the Rolling with Difficulty community and hang out with us, you too could hang out with us. You could do things like go into the Discord. You could support the show on Patreon. There's so many options. But all of that will be linked down in the show notes below. I am off to the next station, and while our trains pass in the night, Austin, back to you.
Thank you very much.
I like the implication.
Did you
that
really
Austin
throw out
is on.
another bit just to do a train thing?
Yeah, no, look, the first campaign, I had a very structured bit. I knew exactly what I was going to do every time, and I was ready for it. Or at least I knew what category I was picking from. And in this campaign, I've had no structure and no plan, which means that the minute we hit record is the moment I remember, oh, I have to come up with a bit, and that's usually when the bit is conceived of. So, yes, I did throw out a bit, because that bit will probably happen next week instead.
Like me trying to remember NPC voices. What was that? Oh, we'll just come up with that in the moment. Here we go. All right. Well, with all that out of the way, and no further ado, let's get into this episode of Rolling with Difficulty.
Rolling with Difficulty.
When last we left our heroes, you had just completed a job for the Planar Trade Consortium, the conglomerate, the company, the aggregate company, whatever you want to call it, that had brought you on as retainers after your success foiling somewhat the train heist from the first season. Well, it turns out that they need a job for you, and with your numbers only at 3, they brought in one of their own employees to lend you a hand. Presumably because they had some inside information on the job they wanted you to do. Well, that is how we met Nyx. And after a couple twists and turns using some inns, some secret passageways, some good stealth rolls, some bad stealth rolls. You were able to complete your job at the Fortune's Wheel, the casino run by the marauder herself, Shemeshka, and escape with the person who won the Chronosphere, the item you were sent to find information about, knowledge of who that was, as well as a little bit of information on a missing sibling of your new changeling friend. There was a little bit of discussion about going forward, perhaps relying on each other for whatever tasks may come. And normally this is where I give you a little bit of downtime and ask you to explain what you've been up to. But we're actually going to pick up the next morning, where at the office, at the open and shut investigations, a carriage arrives promptly at 3 before peak, which would be 9 a.m., to pick you up. You see a carriage pulled by 2 strong, sturdy-looking horses, kind of nothing fancy about them, just kind of like a, plain brown, but just huge creatures, and the golden emblem of the Planar Trade Consortium on the door. Out from the carriage, a footman arrives and says that you are going to be escorted to receive payment for your last job, and that you are to be taken to the Friendly Fiend.
All right.
Our new private club.
This is a carriage that arrives for Oobtaglor, for Bileyg, and for Ingrid. For Nyx, where are you to be found early the next morning? Where is the carriage going to discover you?
I think I've been kind of trolling underground, maybe like in the sewers. I want to have talked to my taken Manny, my cranium rat, and met up with some other cranium rats to give them the information that I found about the Civic Fest Hall. So I feel like early in the morning I'm probably crawling out of some manhole.
So, Nyx, looking for those rats, I'd actually love for you to make me either a perception or a survival check, whichever you prefer.
Okay, let's see which one is higher.
As they're both wisdom-based,
survival?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alright, it's perception. Ooh, that's
Always
a 19 on the die with +3, 22.
22?
Ooh.
Okay, with a
Lot of twos this
22,
episode.
you spend some time down in the sewers. You are able to pull together a couple of the cranium rats, and you relay what you've learned about your missing sibling to them. What you notice is, first off, it takes you longer than normal to find any of them. And second, there seem to be fewer. When you want to communicate with them, right? The thing about cranium rats is the more of them get together, the smarter they get. They sort of boost each other's, thinking,
Network.
the mental capacity. Yeah, they increase the computing power by having more together. So generally, it's a good idea to try and get a couple dozen together, because they're better at understanding complex ideas when you can get, more than a handful. You're only able to scrounge together about 10, and that's enough to get a message back to who you want to talk to, but it's kind of strange that you can only find that many.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Yeah.
But you're able to... Oh, go on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just as long as I get the information to them, it's more like this is what I have so far. If you can find anything else on this, let me know.
There's a affirmative squeak from this collection of critters, and they scurry off through various
I also give them some
holes in mortar
pieces
and
of bread and cheese or something, whatever scraps I
They
have.
like
I'll,
grapes. They like grapes a lot.
They
Yeah.
do love their treats.
They love grapes.
Uh,
I
all I know is
have
that
a
Meech
whole
likes
thing.
Meech is a
grapes.
grape lover.
Yeah, Meech
to
might be
each
a little
their
bit
own, but
eccentric. Yeah.
Meech.
I think I might have
is-
taken some of Meech's grapes from wherever I
There's
was
plenty.
in the office to give
I
to
think I might
mine.
actually owe a grape tax at some point, but Austin will settle
yeah.
that.
We've got the feeding the Mimic House pigs
it's-
tax and the grape tax and the getting new business cards
Business
tax.
cards.
This is more
Yeah.
like a Robin Hood situation, I feel like, because I'm stealing from the rich cranium.
Oh, you don't need to pay the tax. Ingrid needs to pay the
Yes.
tax. It's her
Yeah.
grape stash.
If I remember correctly, what's up is that Meech can do his thing after he eats 10 gold pieces worth of grapes.
Yes.
So if you use Meech's ability, then you're going to have to pay 10 gold to get more grapes to do it. But otherwise, it's just assumed you're feeding him like normal, and that's the same, we don't track that gold the same way I don't track, like, your groceries and your rent and stuff like that. It's just assumed that the other jobs you do on the side pay for that, and these other ones are where you get the bonuses that let you
Right.
do more and cooler things. So,
It's a truly absurd quantity of grapes. 10 gold. That's like rent for a month.
it's a lot of gold pieces.
Maybe they're like really
He just looks like
fancy
a meal in
grapes.
that one shot
just
in
really,
Ratatouille,
really good
where,
You know those
where
like
he's
when
just
he
has
eating all
the-
the grapes and he's bulging.
they're like the fruit in Japan that's intended to be given as a gift that's like perfectly round. Like it's those. It's
Oh, or like the cube melons, the ones,
Yeah.
Yeah, you need perfect grapes. It's high quality. He doesn't have to eat a lot of them. He just to eat high quality.
Yeah, you need to
I'm
get
getting off
tangled so he
track.
can pick out the best one of the bunch and eat only that one, and then all the rest get thrown out because he had to take a little nibble on them first to decide if they were good or
That's
not.
yeah. You might tangle for the grapes and he eats two. That's just the best one.
You just have to corner the market on grapes. Jack up the price.
Oh my
and
god,
then-
this episode's gonna be
Training on the
6
And
hours
then,
long.
and then make the grapes cost so much.
Perfect. I think we're really onto something here.
If I know what we're gonna
Yeah,
do today.
you're onto my nerves. Is what
I
you're
know
getting
what we're
on.
gonna do today.
Surely this will not continue.
Same thing we do every day.
Anyway, you emerge from the sewers. You emerge from the Sigil, taking a kind of more open passage so you don't need to shimmy through any tight grates, one that you're familiar with. And when you do, you come out onto the Sigil Street, which the Sigil Streets are never quiet, but now that the morning is starting, they are as full and bustling as they can be. Modron, Slod, demons, devils, and angels of all kinds are parading down the street, people of all shapes and sizes. And you see that there is a carriage waiting for you as well. An identical Planar Trade Consortium carriage, whose door swings open as you approach.
Yeah, I fully it's so smooth. I come out of the sewer, change into just someone on the street as I walk past them, put my hood up, and walk right into the car that's to the carriage that's 5 steps away.
Amazing.
Close the door,
Hey,
carriage takes off.
A seamless transition to hide your identity. You enter, close the door, and take a seat across from the Dragonborn Lazaro. You have had a good night, I assume?
Yeah, it was fine.
You spent a long time down in the sewers. We are beginning to get worried that you were perhaps lost or something had happened to you, but perhaps at this point we should know better.
Well, I figured what I do in my off time is my own business. So.
It is. It is. We are not paying you for your off time. It is yours to spend as you please. I merely try to make polite conversation. Since we are now on the clock and should speak business, I have questions to ask regarding the job that you accomplished yesterday. You have now worked with the detectives, as they call themselves. How useful were they? We have had them assist us with problems 3 occasions at this point, and this represented a increased investment of trust. Do you think this was foolish, or are they reliable?
I think Nyx has a moment where immediately thinks of how much sibling drama was involved in the mission and how it did get a little messy, but also weighs that with I've just made an arrangement personally with this group of people, and I'm going to protect that arrangement above any maybe genuine critique she has about the party's ability during the heist. So she responds, no, they were very capable. We got in, we got out, we got the job done. I mean, that's all that matters in the end. So, yeah, I'd keep working with them.
Ah, I see. From a short-sighted view, yes, it is true that all that matters during the job is the job being done. But now we enter into a questionable period, and we must decide whether they are brought further into the fold or whether they are kept at arm's length. Now, as they already know much information about the chronosphere, we would prefer to bring them into the fold. And it is for this reason that I ask you to keep an eye on them going forward. This would be in a professional capacity, of course.
Way ahead of you, Captain.
We knew that we were correct to entrust this job to you specifically. Now, they are to receive payment, and yourself as well. As you are now a member of their group, we think that it would be suspicious and perhaps keep you on the outs if you were not included in the ritual of payment. So, consider this a bonus for job well done. The carriage comes to a abrupt stop, and you hear a knock from the outside. The door opens as someone opens it. The driver has gotten down and opened it for you. And he says, "Enjoy. We will be discussing what we want next from you and the group in the near future, once other parties have been consulted on the wisest course of action."
I await your command, order. I'll talk to you later.
You can say it, yeah.
Yeah.
Until then, enjoy. You walk out. The other carriage, you have all arrived here in a very plush, very nice kind of ride that you don't usually have to hoof it around Sigil. So to take a carriage is very nice, even if it's only a short distance, because you have all been brought to the edge of the lower ward. So your offices are located in the lower ward, but kind of in the middle. Here, you've been brought all the way to the far side, right to the edge of the ladies' ward. And even though you're in kind of a more, what's what I'm looking for? Even though you are located in a more factory industrial district, the building that you arrive outside of gives far more impression of the upscale, expensive area of the city where the movers and the shakers live. You see a building with red curtains framing these large windows that look out onto the street. Each of them sports an overflowing flower box. The gutter pipe that runs down the side of the building is a gleaming polished brass, and the sign over the door reads in a detailed golden script, "The Friendly Fiend." Investigators have opened and shut. What would you like to do?
I'd like to walk inside, I assume. I'm sure the entire carriage ride over has been just the three members of the gang just making idle chit-chat. I'm sure Bileyg's been describing his breakfast. Ingrid's been gossiping and doing a crossword. I don't know what Oobtaglor's up to.
Well, they swooped us up before we even got to second breakfast, so, we're going to need to double time it when we get back.
So
I have a little bit of experience being in one of these things before. You gotta just follow what I do. And
No.
first of all, you have to create a very believable identity.
No. No, this seems like a bad plan.
I turn into Oobtaglor as soon as they say just do what I do, and I'm just like this.
How do we keep ending up with more
Well,
Oobtaglors?
I mean, this is what I was saying. The plan should have been yesterday, but, it's better
Really
late than
hung
never.
up on that.
I just
Nix
think it would have been
understands what's going
entertaining,
on.
It was already such a mess. May as well make it a little bit more of a predictable
All
mess.
of this chatter happening
for a
is,
penny, in for
we
a
just
pound.
continue to move towards the door, I assume. I don't think Ingrid clocks this as anything unusual, so I think she's just
Was
like,
someone
we gotta
hanging
go
out in
get
the
paid.
sewer recently?
Who would do that?
Ingrid,
I'm
you
still
open the door.
Oobtaglor.
Yeah. Ingrid, you open the door. A set of wind chimes signals your entrance. Inside, now, the last of you who was in one of these magic clubs was Oobtaglor just the one time, and what you entered was sort of a waiting room kind of area. This is a stark contrast to that. Inside is a cluttered, overwhelming, but kind of charming assemblage of all manner of things. Shelves line this front room, cluttered, but very neatly organized, everything labeled, no dust or cobwebs gathering, nothing precariously perched. Barrels with polished colored stones flank the door, and as you take in the various sights and sounds, a curtain behind the counter is pushed aside, and out steps the proprietor of this establishment, the friendly fiend himself. You see an Arachnophobia, which is a type of Yugoloth. An Arachnophobia, which is the same creature that Shemeshka is. So Shemeshka, though, has kind of an odd appearance. She's much more fox-like in the way that she appears. This guy, very classic Arachnophobia, is like full jackal humanoid kind of looking. He's got a big purple robe on, looks very comfy, cinched around the waist. And he throws open the curtain. He steps out. He's got a pile of books, places them on the counter, and says, yes, I was told that you would be coming. My name is Akin, the Friendly Fiend. How can I be of service to the lovely detectives of Open and Shut Investigations?
Hello.
You hear that, Ingrid? The business cards are working.
This is more like it. I don't have to even fake anything or anything.
Every day, I try and hand them out, and every time, everyone gets rid of them somehow, and now it's paying
I left them in my
dividends.
other armor.
Oh my gosh. You
I
have
left
one
them in me.
armor.
No, I have 2 armor. This one's the shinier one.
I have mine,
see-
and you see just like business cards suspended in Oobtaglor's body. With all the...
Slowly dissolving.
Dissolving, yeah.
Do I get some
Akin
now?
walks
Oh, yes,
around
Nix, you
the
do get
counter
cards.
and
They also just go into the ooze.
Akin
I'll
walks
take
around the
some.
counter to Ingrid, who's like berating you for not having the cards. Extends a hand and says, the put-upon leader, you must be Ingrid Starling. Your performance last night is the talk of the town. Happy to have you back on the stage. It's making me nostalgic.
Pleasure, darling, and you are far too young to be nostalgic for my performances.
Oh, you have no idea. The fur does a lot to help the complexion. Keeps me looking young. And let's see. You must be the esteemed Sir Bileyg.
Oh, pleasure to meet you.
Welcome, welcome. How are things up on Mount Celestia?
Oh, I wish I could tell you, sir, but it's been a while since I've been back, so...
You must miss your daughter then.
You could say that. Temperature
Hard to be
drops
away
a few
from family.
degrees.
Hard to be away from family. I haven't left Sigil in 350 years, so I know the feeling.
Oh.
And the ooze must be Oobtaglor Oobtaglor.
Oobtaglor just
I
raised their
wave.
hand. No.
Oh, but which one among you?
Obviously me.
Obviously, how could it have been anyone but? Extends a hand to shake.
They shake it heartily.
Very nice to meet you. I hear good things about the up-and-coming musician who busks outside of the, excuse me, I'm forgetting the name of it. Not the Hall of
Civic
Sensation.
Fest Hall.
Of the Civic Fest Hall. Who busks outside of the Civic Fest Hall.
Well, the real concert is, the real stage is, the world around us, as you know.
Yes. The whispers I've heard about you say just such things. And so the friend in disguise must be
Okay,
the
I'm
talented
kidding.
Nyx.
I like shift back. I'm like, I was just doing a bit. What's up, man?
It was a good bit. I liked
Welcome.
it.
I'm happy to
Five
finally
stars.
have you here. Myself and Esteban have had an arrangement for quite some time. You are not the first of his employees to make it here, but it seems well earned after your many years of service.
Thank you very much. It's an
Now.
honor.
We leave all of these trinkets, trifles behind. Let's talk real business. Come, this way, this way. Leads you into the back room through the curtain and you find a beautiful sitting room. He has couches and chairs. There's a cart with drinks, tea on the top, and then like brandy and liquor on the bottom for whatever anyone may be interested in.
It's 9 in the morning.
I'll take
Motions
a drink.
for well, he's not drinking the liquor right now, but it's just to show that he, whatever your preference may be, he has it here. He motions for all of you to take a seat wherever you would like, puts on these tiny little glasses, and pulls out a big book, opens it up, quill, and says, I am not sure if Esteban or Lazaro, more likely, has explained how this works, but I'm a procurer of magical items, a proprietor of secrets, and other such things like that. In some ways you might consider me a go-for. I can get you a magic item for much cheaper than anyone out in the market ward could. I can get you long-lost lore. I have many connections. I can repair. I can source. Anything that you wish, merely ask it. I am here to grant them. So, 4 of you, 4 wishes. What can I do for you, my new friends? So this is a chance for you to ask anything of, depending on what it is, he can probably get it for you or find it out.
Oh, so information is on the table.
Information is certainly on the table. Again, it depends on what kind of thing you're asking for. Some magic items he can get for you right away. Some he might have a little time to get. Some information he might know right away. Some information he might have to try and get. The information is going to be mostly, he deals with, like, lore, right? So he's not a secret keeper of spies. So, like, current goings-on is less his thing. But, like, lore he can get you.
I have an information request. I've been trying to track
Certainly.
down an individual that goes by a particular moniker, and I don't know to what organization they belong, or, an identity would be great, but really I'm just looking for how I could find them. Do you know anyone who goes by the Dead?
So, Sophia, as a longtime resident of Sigil, the Dead refers to, you're talking about the note that you found from Laurel. Yeah. The Dead, he's referring to the Dead Bookers. He's referring to the people who work at the mortuary.
Gotcha. Never mind then.
All good.
I have a request that's basic, if we want to just get that out of the way. Because you already know I'm looking for a better shield. Yeah.
A simple enchantment or something a little bit spicier?
Oh, well, anything would be better than what I got right now, but I wouldn't be averse to being surprised.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Celestian steel is not easy to come by, but let me see what I might have. If you have no specific requests, I can look to see if I have anything in stock here currently. Stands up, picks up another book, and starts to flip through.
Yeah, well, honestly, how would I say? Yeah, like +1 or +2 would be fine, but if it's got a...
you would just ask for a magically enchanted shield, right? Something that would better protect you.
Yeah, just an enchanted shield. And if it's got, weird abilities, I wouldn't say no, but...
Well, you're in luck. I have a shield that will grant some additional protection to you, so that's +1. In stock, very, very easy. Let's see. I could also get a shield that would allow you to use both of your hands, keep your other hand free, if that is of interest to you. I don't have that in stock, but I can have that acquired fairly easily.
Would that shield also give me +1? Or would that be just like a little buckler situation?
That would be an animated shield, so it does not give you a bonus to the, it does not give you a bonus to your AC, but you can make it float around you, so you can use 2 hands on something.
It's a little rich for my blood, I think. It's a very
he can get you a lot of these things discounted, but it is definitely more expensive than...
I mostly just think it's weird, but it's fine. I've already got a sentient weapon. I don't think I need an animated shield on top of it. Honestly, just like a bonus thing.
Ooh, your weapon is sentient?
It has its moments.
One of them, lightly sentient. Do you mind if I examine?
Oh, well, please be gentle. It's a little skittish around strangers.
I see. Sort of a motion-based instrument. Well, if you're looking, I could also perhaps beef up the sentience here, give it a little bit more of a, je ne sais quoi, if that's of interest to you.
I'm a little bit more focused on the shield this time, sir, but maybe when I come back later, I'll take you up on that one.
Understood. So, for a coming out of character to explain, +1 shield, get it for you right now, and for a steep discount, for 200 gold, he can get you a +1 shield right now.
Yeah, I mean, may as well.
All right. So go ahead. He runs into back. There's multiple doors all around here. He runs in the back and procures for you a beautiful +1 shield. It's silver with a sort of red field on it, and then silver crossguard across.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Glad to have satisfied one new friend so quickly. Turns to the other three. Out of interest to the rest of you?
Sorry, I'm just confused. Do I get money also?
Do you get my... Oh, I suppose that you should... I'm sorry, yes. As you have a newly rolled character, you would have no history and thus have not accumulated a bunch of gold. Give me 1 second, because there is estimated
I
starting
fully was
prices
like,
for
my
the-
wish is I want to be paid maybe a little extra for the job I did.
This is the additional payment in addition to like the 100 gold a week, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. I just went to look at my gold.
Yeah, you would
I
have
have
you would basically have
18
none because you're a
gold.
brand new character. So let's
Yeah.
see.
18
You,
little gold pieces.
Do you want some more?
Go ahead and roll me Olivia, roll me 1d10.
Yeah. 1d10?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5.
Okay. So you start with 750 gold pieces.
Whoa!
Wow. You're absolutely
That's more than what we
loaded
have.
compared to us, yeah.
Oh my god! I won the lotto!
Just a big Monopoly man bag of money over your shoulder. Where do I put this down, boss?
Okay. 750 starting gold. Gorgeous. That's not including that 18 I already had. The 18 is part of the 700.
You can add 18 to that. You're 768.
Hey, next round's on next. But just the next round. I'm cheap. All right. Well, now, actually... So, asking above table. This is just like if we want any items.
It's items, or if you want like lore found out, if you want magic items improved, you can get the magic items, regular items enchanted to be magic.
I have a lore
Maybe if we
thing.
come back later.
Yes.
I know it's, famously unescapable, but I would be interested in any lore or literature that you could procure about the loop. The more obscure the source, the better. Just sort of brushing up on lady's favorite maze.
I was wondering when one of you would ask about that. Yes, certainly. That will probably take a little bit of time, since that is a little bit more
Of course.
hard to come by than just knowledge of the planes or spells or things like that. But I will put out feelers and see what I can't find. The sooner we do, the sooner we can get your friend back, no?
I was wondering how you knew about that. I assume... Well, I don't like to assume anything, really. But we're in business together, so I suppose it doesn't hurt.
Nothing secretive about it. It's just written all over your faces.
Can I
The
try
rest
and
of you?
suss? Can I try and suss
Yeah.
out what the deal with this guy is? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not very
You
good
wanna
at
make an
insight,
insight
but like,
Detective, this guy.
The lore
Is it
devil.
like-
he likes to know things.
yeah, is it like a fucking lord devil where they can just kind of like obtain information, or is it like, did they get this information from the planar tracers? Because out of character, we know that. Oh my god, what was his name? Lorenzo? Valerio?
Valerio was the Leonin bodyguard or bouncer floor manager at the Fortune's Wheel.
But we know that there are files on us at the Fortune's Wheel, at least. Well, we don't know that, but like out of character, we know that. Anyway, I'm gonna roll
Yeah.
for insight.
Isn't that the guy we also set off to be like, hey, can you find stuff out for us? And he was like, yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just season 1. That was definitely a thing that I asked about.
It was either gold
What
or
did you ask
information.
him for?
Well, I asked him for information about how I got here from Mount Celestia.
Oh, yeah.
That's
well,
why
you've
I wasn't
robbed
gonna
them
ask
now,
this guy
so.
about it. What? Oh, great,
I
thanks,
said
Bob.
you've robbed them now, so.
I didn't do shit.
12.
12. Oobtaglor, there's been a series of strange comments, insightful, knowledgeable comments by Akin up to this point. And as you try to read him and question, like, is this guy, like, has he just been told this? Is he reading our minds? Like, is this, like, a network of spies or something that's got going on? The best you can discern is this dude is really nice and genuinely wants to know. Just genuinely cares, hopes that you guys feel good, and wants to help you out. Like, it's
yeah,
like
that
he
sound
cares
wasn't
so
lying.
much, he just knows the things that are bothering you.
Who are you?
Yeah, that sound wasn't lying. That
I told
fiend
you,
is friendly.
I'm the friendly fiend.
Yep.
That's why I named the shop that. It's just good branding.
I suppose that's not incorrect. I am, as you may say, a utilitarian combatant. But I there are some times when I need to get my hands, so to speaking, in a manner of speaking, dirty and actually pull out a weapon of sorts to actually stab or hit or smash. I am accustomed to using a rapier, but I would like to use something that's I would like a bit more, something a bit more powerful, let's say.
I understand. So, do you seek a similar enchantment to the shield, or something with a little bit more pizzazz?
I would like the pizzazz very much so, depending on the pricing, of course.
Pizzazz it is. Well, if you're going to want pizzazz, then that will be something that we will... he will come to you with a couple offers, a couple different... he's going to see what he can source, and then he'll come to you with a couple different options in the near future.
Do you have a rough estimate on the pricing?
Depends on what it is, but what is your price range? Whatever it is, I'll get you minimum 75% off what you'd be paying in the market reward.
250 gold.
Understood. Understood.
Put the use on a budget.
That's all my budget. That's everything.
Probably looking at something in the uncommon to rare range, perhaps.
So, as you say. I didn't even know
very
there were
well.
tiers.
1, 2, 3 wishes granted, which leaves us just with the recent edition.
Oh, darn. I just, when you're overloaded with choice, it's like, it's worse. I don't know if I want stuff or information, because I just don't think you're going to have the information I need. I feel like
Try me
you
out.
Really...
You ask a question, I say no, what's the worst that could happen?
I lose my wish?
That's not how it works. You think I would scam you out of that?
Yeah, no, this guy's friendly. It says so right on the sign.
Genuinely, if I'm being honest, I would respect you more if you did scam me like that, I think. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean it that way. Not the point. I think, alright. What do you know about people going missing by the Civic Fest Hall?
Missing in the fest hall. I take it that you are investigating the other triplet.
Yeah, I don't like how much you know about all of us already.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be off-putting. I feel bad when there's only the two of you left. You want to know where the other one is.
This guy's good.
Okay.
Do you think he does
Okay.
contract work for detectiving?
Okay. Nix is sweating. Okay.
Can I insight check this guy? It's been so long.
I also am inciting this guy. Yeah, immediately.
You frightened me. Arcana.
23.
Yes.
Olivia, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
Okay. Neither 23 nor 16 beat the DC. You get the same vibe from Oobtaglor, which is this guy cares so much, he just seems to know what's bothering you.
I rolled a 19 on the die.
Yeah, he rolled an 18 on the die.
Oh. I hate this guy.
I'm surprised you've encountered a
It is not my
powerful being
normal
in
sort of
a-
thing that I figure out. Usually the secrets I try to discover are some centuries old, but I have many friends in the city who owe me favors. Let me see what I can find out.
Cool. Alright. She takes like 7 steps back away from
Well-
this guy, like into a dark corner.
If
Any
it
way
makes
to
you
not
feel
be
any better, I think
perceived.
we'd. If it makes you feel any better, I think we prefer this person to be our ally than our enemy.
Look, he just rattles me in a way that I am uncomfortable with. I'm not trying to do anything to him, but I'm
Oh
gonna
no, I
stay
understand.
over here.
He can see right through me, and I'm transparent, and I should be used to that feeling, but I'm really not.
I change back into you. I'm like, maybe that'll work. Maybe. I don't know actually where I was going with this. I was trying to bond. Is that weird?
No, not
It's
at all.
called mirroring. I do it a lot.
I'm always a fan of looking at myself.
Okay, you made it weird now, and I turned back into it. That's a little weird. That's a little egotistical, I think.
Ingrid, this is great. Oops, bonding with a friend.
I'm just surprised that Noir has encountered a powerful being, hasn't tried to make some sort of a pact with it already.
Oh.
You hear that
What's wrong
voice
with
of
being
God?
Don't
confident
flatter
in
me
one's-
with your suspicion. I promise that there is nothing to be concerned about. But I see 4 new friends, 2 and 4 wishes granted, a sword, a shield, and 2 secrets. We will see about having the rest of those delivered to you as quickly as I can.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
I fear my compatriots are forgetting their manners. Please take a card and, don't
But
hesitate to
He
reach
knows
out.
who we are.
Yes, well, it's still polite to give out our information. Besides, what if
Oh,
he's
maybe
Maybe
we
we have it in
contract-
writing. This way I can find you later.
Yes.
Maybe we can give Akeen like a stack of cards for him to give out to other people.
Do you advertise?
Would you like that? I'll open some space on the front table, on the front desk,
I mean,
the counter.
we do. Sure, certainly. We are always accepting new business.
Oh, I don't know. This is starting to feel a little tacky. I don't want to take advantage of this guy's generosity and kind
I
soul.
don't know, he offered. It's a card. He doesn't have to sell us or anything.
I think he's self-assured enough to know when he's crossed the line or when we've crossed the line, and I think he's responsible enough to let us know that.
Yes, we'd love to leave a stack of cards if that's
There's
amenable to
nothing
you.
wrong with it. Yes, of course. What would it cost to me? Happy to help a friend.
Give him a bunch of
So,
cards.
I will be seeing you soon to have the rest of the presents as they are delivered. And keep in mind that you are paid up currently via the Planar Trade Consortium for anything else you may need. Anything else that you require may cost a little bit more, since the bill here is mostly being footed by the Planar Trade Consortium. But you are currently in good standing at the Friendly Fiend if you have need of anything else. Please do not hesitate to call, or just come have tea.
Ah,
It all gets so
delightful.
lonely here in the back hallways.
oh. Oobtaglor, you heard that right. Good standing. We'd like to stay in
Tea.
good standing.
I heard tea.
Oh dear.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else that you would like to do, the carriage awaits you outside to take you back to open and shut investigations.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. You head out, board all 4 of you back into the carriage, and take the short 15 or so minute trip through the lower ward, watching out on the street as you pass by all these other people. Kind of have to get up out of the way, the people you're normally walking amongst. Many people who are on their way either to work because they're starting their shifts now, or coming home from the many warehouses, factories, forges, things like that are in this district. You pull up to the familiar business where you all work, and as you open the door and begin to walk out, you see that there is a familiar figure standing outside of the business, looking in through the windows, like trying to see if anyone's there. You see a woman. You see a woman dressed in an apron that's been embroidered with all kinds of like flowers and leaves, very like cutesy little images playing across it. Her green skin is flush from crying, and she's got a handkerchief clutched in her hand. You see the hag Gourmand Gerda standing outside, looking in, knocking repeatedly on the front door. Apparently Agony is this is one of the hours that Agony is away, and she is trying to see if anyone's there, as your hours do read that you would be open at this time.
Nope.
A patron in distress.
Oobtaglor turns around and starts walking away. Nope.
Ingrid will reach out and grab Oobtaglor, and I guess just hit Ooze, be like, no. Go out as though to grab them by the collar and be like, get back over here.
Bileyg is already out of the carriage.
I'm so sorry,
You
ma'am.
all know her?
No.
Terribly sorry, ma'am. Unavoidable business. Let me get that door for you.
Oh, thank goodness you're all here. Oh, I was so worried. It said that you should be, but then you weren't. All the lights were off, and I didn't know who else to go talk to about it.
We're gonna need to get a sign for that. Temporarily away. No need to panic. All right, here. Let me fix you some tea.
You guys bring her. She blows her nose, huge honk. And says, "Oh, tea would be lovely. Thank you."
I'm gonna just sort of shove Meech's head further and further into my pouch, just like, not today.
Yeah. She's distracted. Make a sleight of hand check at advantage.
This is my rat now.
Is Meech giving you the help action?
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Beats her passive perception.
Just stay down there, Meech. I'll give you some many grapes and we're done.
You sit her down, go to start making the tea. She tucks away the handkerchief and pulls out a new fresh one. Apparently, that she's got a whole bunch of these, and dabs at the eyes.
My dear,
Detectives, what would you like to do?
please, you seem to be in distress. What seems to be the problem?
Well, it's my babies have gone missing.
Oh,
Every one of them gone.
Oh no!
Oh, all of them.
Yes, all 176.
What?
I see.
Oh, yes, Nix, this is, you'll excuse me, a brief moment of introduction. This is one of our newest detectives. Nix, dear, the gourmand here runs the most charming patisserie in the city, and her staff is largely composed of cranium rats.
What? Wait, would I know about this? Have I heard about their day jobs?
Any of the rats show up wearing little aprons and
Am I seeing like
check.
rats in some chef attire smoking a cigarette outside?
one rat ratatouilleing a larger rat.
I was gonna say insert
Oh,
Ratatouille
no.
reference here.
History,
Yeah, sometimes
son?
you see all the rats coming out of the bathroom at once, right before they're off to work.
At least share, all right? Let me just get a bump. It's only an 8.
An 8 you've never heard of.
They work in a restaurant?
It's more of a
Not
cafe.
all the cranium rats. Not all of them, but an
Just
alarming amount of
mine.
them.
They do excellent
Just
work and
my
are very hygienic.
babies. It started 2 days ago when Mumps disappeared. I looked everywhere for him. I looked in the sugar. I looked in the flour, but I couldn't find him anywhere. Then later that day, it was Gurgi. And it only got faster from there. The next day, dozens were gone, and now they're there. And she just breaks down blubbering again.
Oh, well,
there.
that's deeply unfortunate, ma'am. You know, I'm sure we'll do whatever we can to find all your missing rats.
If anyone could find them, it's kind souls such as yourselves. I know how well you got on with them while you were there, and I know you're detectives.
Can I make an insight check to see if there's any sort of inclination that maybe she knows I took a rat last time we were there?
Yeah, go ahead, make a check.
It'd be sad if like Gerda didn't even notice that Meech was gone.
Well, Meech was like in rat prison.
Meech
so
was in
maybe she
timeout,
was like,
so
"Oh,
I'm hoping
the troublemaker sprung the coop."
You broke a rat out of rat.
Maybe.
How do you think we got
and
Meech?
Stole it?
Yeah.
Meech was in rat jail, yep.
Meech was in rat jail.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
they've discovered
God.
Meech has a special talent, so...
Yes, she placed him in gay baby jail, but we broke him out.
That was a 7 for me, for insight.
It's hard to get a read on a woman who is this distraught.
Oh, wait, actually, hold on. I might have a class feature for this.
Oh.
Whenever I make an insight check to determine whether a creature is lying, treat a roll of 7 or lower on the d20 as an 8, which means that, actually, that was a 12.
Oh.
That was a 12.
Okay.
On a 12...
She's lying.
She ate all the rats. She cooked them
On
in
a
the
12,
food,
you
Sweeney
notice
Todd
the
style.
dagger
It's
on
the
her boot
Mrs.
that she's
Lovett.
slowly reaching for. No. On a 12, you don't get any... Like, she seems pretty open with you right now.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, I think
you don't
we're in
feel
the
like
clear.
I
She's
think we're
definitely not
okay.
playing you.
Yeah. Well,
She's definitely upset. Her rats are gone. That's
Yeah,
definitive. Like, she's here because her rats are gone.
well,
I
Her
think
babies.
I think Nyx has like been off in the corner, very like separate. But the second that cranium rats gets mentioned and that the fact that they're going missing, Nyx is now like creepily perching on whatever chair or like couch that this woman is sitting on, like intently staring and listening. And it happens in like a second. She's just like suddenly there, like, go on.
Speedy.
You like hover over, and she's like wiping her eyes, and she kind of like catches a glimpse of you out of the corner of her eye, like does a double take and looks, and goes, would you like me to move over?
No, just continue what you were saying about the rats going missing.
Oh, what more would you like to know? They're nowhere to be found, and it's not like them to just run off. They're always there when I wake up, nestled in the little nooks and crannies of the bed under the covers.
Where's this restaurant?
It's in the market ward. They know the place. They've been there before.
Yeah, we can show you if necessary, although I'm not sure how much luck we'd have tracking the rats out from the restaurant.
well, it's probably as good a place to
Ma'am,
start.
do you
as
have any
any.
idea where the rats go when they're not gainfully employed at your establishment?
I mean,
They live with me.
Really? They never leave.
They take all their meals. They all sleep there. They each get their baths there.
yeah,
Sounds
to
like a
be
full-
fair,
I
I don't
wouldn't
know
just
these
let
rats.
a cranium rat wander the streets of Sigil. It could get hurt or lost.
Oh, yeah, that's very responsible. You know, they're indoor pets, as it were.
They're indoor pets. You have any idea how bad they are for the Sigil ecosystem?
Yeah, they wreak havoc on the bird population when they team up
They're
with
an
their
invasive species brought in by the
gold-bug
mind
machines.
flayers.
Yeah.
Hey, be nice.
Well, I
They're
think
nice
they're
baby birds.
adorable. It's just that they should be kept inside, not let out to be feral.
Yeah, the
They
carts run them
killed
over
the nightmare
sometimes.
pigeons.
It's a disaster, I tell you.
They
When
can
you're
go
closer to the
wherever
ground
they
level, you
want.
notice these things more.
That
Anyway,
is surprisingly salient logic.
Okay.
Well,
all
Show me
right.
where this restaurant is.
This is obviously
We
an
need to
issue
go.
of utmost importance. Yes, we do need to, I believe, scope out the restaurant. If we could just, before we go, have you noticed any particularly strange behaviors from the rats before they started to go missing? You know, less obedient? Have they been eating strangely? Anything out of the ordinary that might indicate unusual behavior?
No, they were as sweet and lovely as ever, and then gone.
All right. I guess we're going to have to start our investigation.
Yes, it sounds, it's most pressing. Would it be all right with you if we took a look around the cafe? We just want to make sure that, you know, there's not an obvious secret entrance or anything that they've been escaping through.
please. She reaches in and pulls out keys and shaking hand hands them to you. Anywhere you'd like to go, and there is no secret I have. Please, find just wherever they are, find them.
We will find them, don't you worry. Well, gang, let's find some rats.
Joy.
Yay. Full spectrum of emotion today.
I don't know why that delivery got me so got me so hard, but Noir, you got me right here with that. All right, so now that you're on the case, what would you like to do?
I mean, my inclination is to start by going to the proverbial scene of the crime and just seeing if there is any, like... My thought is maybe like a Pied Piper situation. Like, is there any sort of residual charm or anything that we can sense? Or do we hear anything strange on the way over? So...
Can we follow the little footprints through the flour that's dusted its way onto the floor?
Yeah, so I think Ingrid would be initially, like, let's go back to the cafe and take a look around to get us started.
I agree.
Okay. With your first lead, you cross the city through the ladies' ward into the market ward and back down to the Spice of Life cafe. As you arrive, you see it much as you remember it. Nothing changed with the exception that there is normally where the open side would hang. Instead, there is a sign that says closed, normally printed as you would expect, but underneath, hastily written, you see forever. It says closed forever.
Oh, she's in a state. She's in a bad way today.
We've got to help this hag.
Well, it says closed forever, so I think we should just let sleeping dogs lie.
Oobtaglor,
And, you know,
clearly this is a creature in distress, and I am... We are people who help anyone who resides in Sigil, and as far as we're aware, she runs a completely law-abiding business that just happens to have lost all of its rats. So we need to find those rats.
And the pastries.
And pastries. And I honestly don't understand where this animosity comes from.
for all I know, you could be in this state of mind because you ate all of the pastries.
No.
Excuse me, sir.
What?
Or madam. Honorific. What's a good one? My liege.
Yeah.
My judgment in pastries is 100% from the heart. I learned it from everyone in my family who came before me. This judgment is legit. It's from the ground, and I'm telling you, this woman knows her pastries. The lamination on them is to die for. You can't fake that kind of thing, all right?
I'm not saying you can fake it, but I'm saying, let's just go.
Why are you yelling about pastries?
We spent a lovely afternoon at this lady's establishment one time. I got to sample most of the entire menu because somebody needed time in the back room to do things that I'm not clear on the details of.
I'll take a look
for legal
around,
reasons.
make sure that the hag is not here, and before leaning over to Nick's, be like, yes, for full transparency, we may have robbed this place previously, so it's probably best to just look for rat stuff. And
You robbed her, and now
No.
she's coming to you for
in service of
more
a
work
different
and
hag?
to pay you.
All right, in our defense, what it was that a different hag, one that we like significantly less, had been robbed by this hag. Don't give me that look,
No,
Oobtaglor.
And why do we like her significantly less?
Oh, I mean, I could list a few reasons.
Okay, list them, and
She
we'll
took
see
my
how the.
sword and in payment teleported me into the ocean at the base of Mount Celestia and left me to drown.
Okay, that one was canceled out by the job that we did for her.
It's not. That's not how that works.
Okay, I feel
It
like
was-
we're
That's
getting
literally
off
how it worked.
track. The main point is in kind of collateral damage for a different job for a different hag. We did rob this place. It's also where Meech came from, and
Yes, all we did was rob things that she had previously robbed, which made
due
it,
to
you know,
the nature
morally
of
alright.
the hag's relationships with each other and our relationship to the initial hag that we got this job from, we're not too. We don't have a lot of animosity towards the owner of this cafe, and as far as we're aware, she runs a very lovely establishment that just happened to take some emotional dressing, as it were, from a different hag. So I am inclined to help this woman get her rats back, also because I'm worried about those rats.
I agree, but I don't really care about this lady. I'm just mostly concerned about cranium rats going missing.
Well, seeing as our job is to find cranium rats, I think that's as good as motivation as any.
I just think it's pretty cool that you guys robbed this lady and now she's paying you for another job. That's pretty dope.
Oh, we didn't ask about payment. She might be paying us.
Yeah,
She
and,
came to your job, but don't you guys like draw up contracts when you like make a
You know,
new
usually
job?
Yeah, for
people
all we
are
know,
just
she's gonna
so
pay us in
thankful
profiteroles.
afterwards, and yeah, that's very true. We may just get pastries out of this, but they were very good pastries.
I've been thinking about those sticky buns for weeks.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you not?
I think this is the
not
last
have a
mystery Oobtaglor works on.
Just to be clear, you guys take pastries for payment at your.
No, we don't. No, we don't. I want to say this up front. No, we don't.
Well, you know, we take what people can afford, and in this town, a lot of people can't afford to pay in money, especially not in gold. But everybody needs the law, so.
Or in this case, someone to find hundreds of rats. Speaking of, are there any signs here of somewhere that 100 rats could have gone?
All
Can
right,
I
so you,
Oh, sorry. I just had a
No,
thought.
please.
Can I
Sure.
now that we're here at the restaurant, I'd like to try to I can psychically connect with other people for a certain amount of hours, but I'd like to try to reach out to any cranium rats like in the area, like any brothers, sisters.
yeah.
Hear my voice.
So this is like a detection. This is like looking for creatures. There's usually spells for this. So do your psychic connection. Do you have to designate
Let me
specific
see.
creatures?
I
Look up.
think
Well,
I
you look up the
do.
wording on that. Go
Yeah,
ahead and look at the wording
okay.
on that. Ingrid, you open the door and let everyone in. You enter into the front room where you know is the dining area. All the chairs are stacked up on the tables, but everything else seems to be as it should be. The flowers perhaps look the flowers in the vases on the tables perhaps look a little wilted, like they're a day or two old. And then going into the back, you see the kitchen, which I believe Everard and Ingrid are the only people who made it back
Oh,
there.
it's also brand
Everard
new
and-
and shiny. I've never seen this before.
Everard and Ingrid were the only ones to come in. Now the rest of you see this massive space, ovens on either. It's a very long, kind of skinny room. Ovens on either side, shelves all around. There's a door in the back to a pantry, and a huge table that is filled with all kinds of bowls and spatulas and knives and stuff all over the place. You see ingredients stacked up on shelves, and there's just a lot of. And there's a staircase off to the side that leads up. There's a small hallway that leads to the back alley, which is where Ingrid and Everard came in the first time, and off of that small hallway, a staircase that leads up to her apartment. What is Nyx's exact ability?
Oh, yeah, it is what I can see. It's Psychic Whispers.
There you go. So, it's not going to be helpful with finding any hidden creatures right now.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I try to do it, and it fails.
You reach out.
But I thought about
You know
it.
that you're going to
I
have
thought
to try to
about it.
find them. But
Yeah.
you do have detectives with you that are used to more conventional means.
Yes.
So what would you like to do?
I think I'd like to start by investigating with the specific goal of trying to determine any method of like entry or exit for the rats. So like, ideally in my brain, I'm like, did they use a special exit to leave if they left under their own power? Or does it seem like they were just going about their normal routine or were lured out in some other way? Like, did they sneak out looking for secret entrances, that kind of thing?
Okay, so you're looking for secret entrances. So that's going to be an investigation there. Would anyone else like to make any other kinds of checks?
I would like to. I don't think, personally, any rats snuck out of here Metal Gear style. I think
No.
they probably
they-
scrolled themselves out through any little holes on the ground. I would just like to get lower than usual and, like, not... See, the thing is, I want to make an argument for why this should be an insight check instead of a check that I have, like, at most
course you
plus
do.
1 on. Of course I do. And the thing is that my justification is twofold, sort of. Because the first thing that
Okay.
occurred to me is like, oh man, Everard would know what to do in this situation. And that's making me sad. But I would like to sort of channel, like, what would Everard look for in this situation? You know, what would he be scoping out?
Mm-hmm.
And that is my argument for why this should be an insight check.
Okay, so you want to make an insight check to discover what Everard would do?
how Evrard would see this, theater of battle, this stealthy survival environment,
All right. Go.
I feel like I'm like.
We're gonna have to get Wally in here. Like, I don't know what Evrard would think.
Well, I mean,
All right.
I feel like I'm using like a wineskin wrapper to run Evrard software on Bileyg hardware.
All right. Go ahead. Make an insight check for me.
Thanks, boss.
Would Nyx or Oobtaglor, either of you, like to make any kind of checks or investigations?
I mean, yeah, I'll do an investigation around the room. I want to like scurry around, see if I smell my brothers and sisters.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to use? Are you trying to use your? I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your rat's name.
Manny.
Man.
Manny, thank you.
Manny sure can go ahead and help, but I don't know if he's gonna beat a nat 20.
Woo!
Ooh. Okay. So do you have like a specific direction, like some part of the room you're looking in, or some specific clue you're trying to find by searching around? You guys, you have time is on your side here. Since you're not sneaking around or anything, you're here by invitation. So you have a lot of time to check anything and everything, but I just like to get a direction so that I understand where you're kind of starting from.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go for
I
it,
wouldn't
Noir.
necessarily like to split the party, but I also feel like this is kind of like within what Oobtaglor would do. Oobtaglor would like to leave the cafe.
Okay.
And
Leaving the party is fine. You guys split the party all the time. Oobtaglor,
That's fair.
As everyone else walks in, you standing outside the door, like walk into the entryway, see everything, and just turn and go right back out.
and Oobtaglor would like to try and find many hands.
Okay.
So my next,
Yeah.
I was thinking like I'm gonna check the surrounding area. Can I go with Oobtaglor and?
Would you like to go with Oobtaglor? Let's say that
find
nat
many
20 is a recognition that Oobtaglor is not here, and that your time would be better spent assisting Oobtaglor.
Yeah.
All right. So taking leave, since you are a spy but not necessarily an investigator, which is why they needed you. Oobtaglor, you start to head off towards the only entrance you know of how to get to Nowhere, and which is in the spa, which is in the I forget what it's
Oh my
called.
god, that's right.
The flame pits, which is in the flame pits, and you hear footsteps behind you as Nyx catches up.
Oh, hello.
Where are you going?
I know a guy, and I think they would be very useful in helping us seek out these cranium rats. Also, I would like to spend as little time in that cafe as possible, so this works out both ways.
Is it bad? I've only seen it closed.
It is. You know how Akeen was friendly and that threw you off?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
the same
still trying
deal.
to shake that. Oh.
It's the same deal. It's the same deal with this hag.
Yeah.
Like, she's very nice and she's very accommodating, but she's also a hag, and so you gotta wonder what's in it for her, you know?
There's always a game. There's always a game.
Exactly.
I totally get it. That's exactly how I live my life.
Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, we were hired by her to do a job, and so I'm going to do it, albeit in a way that might not necessarily run parallel to the rest of the parties, which is why I'm going to a place in Undersigil. I don't know if you're familiar with Undersigil.
Oh, yeah, no, I am. That's kind of where I grew up and stuff. But
Oh shit.
Oh, I mean, we didn't have one exact spot. We move around a lot, but yeah, I'm familiar. Sorry, that's to say that.
Are you familiar with Nowhere?
Am I familiar with Nowhere?
You definitely know Nowhere.
I think
Nowhere's Nowhere's the
that's
city.
That's the
Nowhere's Nowhere's the place of rejects. Like,
yeah.
you've definitely been there. Like, you wouldn't even want to live there. It's
Yeah.
the people who have been driven out. Not people who have nowhere to go. People who have nowhere to go find someplace to hang out. People in Nowhere have been driven out from everywhere else.
Oh,
So
well, if you know
that's where they all live.
if you know where Nowhere is, do you possibly have a shorter way of getting there? Because the only way that I know is through a spa, And from my recollection, the owner of the spa wasn't very happy with us just barging in and using their facilities. And so I would appreciate if there was another way to get to Nowhere that didn't involve going that way.
I use the sewers a lot to travel around. That was the smell that they talked about earlier. I just didn't want to admit that it was me.
Well, let's just say that
like
because you were
everyone
disguised as Oobtaglor, it was Oobtaglor's smell.
I turned into Oobtaglor. Thanks, man, and I punched you on the shoulder.
From what you can discern.
Nix, you definitely know how. You know, like 6 ways to get to Nowhere.
Hey,
no
I know
problem
6
at
ways
all.
to get to Nowhere.
Great.
No
We
problem
don't
at
need all
a
of
band.
them, but
That's a band name for sure.
I saw that as I said that 6 ways to Nowhere.
6 ways to
6
nowhere.
ways to Nowhere. Yeah,
Next campaign,
totally.
folks.
We don't have to go to the spa. That's, I like walk over to a manhole and like kick it off and
Yes.
gesture. Here you go.
all right, let's
Hop
both
in.
get smelly. Lead the way.
Yay! And they hop in.
Yeah, even in the like kind of upstanding market ward where you are, which is very crowded, by the way, like, you know, this is where all the business is happening, everything's being sold, ships are coming in, things like that. Even at this place in the city, no one blinks twice at 2 people opening a manhole cover and going in. It's just business as usual.
Just another person going down the sewers.
So, you descend. Let's go back to the Spice of Life. Ingrid, you begin investigating, and you are meticulously combing through. This is your specialty, looking for details. You go through the various ingredients. You're checking the ovens to, like, see, you know, what's up with that. You're looking through shelves to find if there are any secrets hidden among there. You find a bunch of bottles that are labeled strange and suspicious things. Like, there's a bottle of, looks like salt, but it's blue, and it's just labeled Dazzle.
Not my circus, not my cranium rats. Not my circus, not my cranium rats. Any doors?
There's a lot of things like that. Like, it looks like a jar of olive oil with a little cork in the top. But on labeled, it says enfeeblement, things like that.
Ooh.
Maybe we don't taste test that one, Ingrid. I got a bad feeling.
I don't think we should taste test it, or at least not any of us. I'm joking. We don't need to steal anything more from this hag.
I suppose so.
I rolled a
What surprises you?
28
I'm sorry. What did
total.
you roll? What was your investigation?
28.
20. Of course. Sometimes I'm like, will they solve the case? Then I'm like, just let Sophia roll some dice and
Yeah,
get
just
it.
let her get it.
We said we were doing a detective campaign, so I statted myself into investigation. I don't know why no one else did.
I rolled
It doesn't
like
matter
absolute
what it is.
shit,
You
okay?
roll a 20.
I rolled an 18. Thank you
okay.
very much.
I describe all this because it's all very put together. It's all very in order. Clearly, she takes good care of, even though it's, you know, staffed by rats, Snow White style, she takes good care of this establishment, keeps it very clean and neat and tidy. Which is why when you're searching under the sink, you find it strange that there is a hole in the pipe.
Okay.
In fact,
I
a
rolled a
hole that
14 on my
is
insight
not
to try and think like a Berard, so if that helps.
a hole that is not neat, but rather kind of for there's no other way to describe, especially the 28, chewed away. A hole that has been made definitely by rats crawling in. You see the scratch marks on the side, and indeed, maybe one rat could have done this over time, but all of the scratch marks here could only be 176 rats crawling into this pipe.
I suspect that I know how they got out. The question is, what does this pipe lead?
Now, on a 14, what would... I think like Wally, which I generally find an uncomfortable experience. Thinking like Evrard. Evrard is definitely from the Evrard is an underworld type character. He had many criminal connections, and you know he was always going to people to ask experts. You know he was always going to people to try and find out the scuttlebutt about what is going on, and I think on a 14, trying to think like Vivrard. You don't know any of his friends that could help, but it starts to occur to you like this is definitely. How do I phrase this? You start to try to think of motive, I think. Like, this is not a normal crime.
Yeah,
and
just to
that was
100%
kind of how,
clarify, what I meant was not like, what would Vivrard do in this situation? He was a ranger, so it's like, how would he track something through an urban environment?
Gotcha.
Like, what would he be
How would he
looking
track something
for?
through an urban environment?
Like footprints, because it's obviously it's not the same kind of more rural environment that I'm familiar with, so it's like not full like what would this character do? Just like he would be good at this. How can I think like him to try and be even a little bit okay at this? But
all right, so on a 14 then, revising what I was just saying, a 14 insight for him, you start thinking how would he track through an urban environment, and you know that he was very good at following like small signs of things, foot traffic, foot traffic and less physical details that were left behind, but more like following behavior. And you're looking at this hole into a pipe. You're like, we couldn't maybe we could figure out where this comes out, but then how are we going to track a rat through a sewer? And you realize that you just need to think like a rat if you're going to follow the rat. And you do have a rat on you.
We do have a rat on
so
us.
Perhaps that can be used
really
to your
nervous.
leverage.
I would like to potentially send Meech into this tube to see what's going on, but I'm worried we're going to lose Meech.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to put Meech into harm's way. I'm just, I don't know if we have a ton of other options. By the way, didn't we used to have more people in here?
Yes, if only we had the ooze that can fit into small spaces and sneak about and follow like a pipe or get under a door, but they seem to have disappeared along with our newest compatriot. I don't know where they went. Did they say anything to you before they left?
No, not that I noticed.
Oh, good. Well, they're all adults. They can figure out their own thing. I suppose we're on pipe duty.
Well, we will leave you there and cut over to those other two. Deep in Sigil, emerging through the sewers, you open up into a cavernous space, and following a stitched together floating boardwalk of just these pallets that have been like lashed together. Each time you step on one, it sinks down and the sewer water rises up and threatens to crawl past your boots. But it's just buoyant enough to let you approach the city of, or city is a strong word, the small collection of what could generously be called buildings known as Nowhere. The built on pilings and scaffolding to keep it out of the water, just lashed together from whatever bits of anything that people can find, pieces of metal that have been thrown away and washed into here from like the ditch and stuff like that. There is just a random assortment of cobbled together dwellings and a handful of people. A lot of them kind of shrink away as you approach, but seeing that it is, I think that Nyx, you wouldn't be like well known here. Everyone would be like, hey, it's Nyx, but they've seen you, so they're like, oh, okay, this is not like some strange outside. And same with Oobtaglor at this point. You walk up through the city, up onto the like scaffolding sidewalks, and start to walk by. You see there's a halfling there who has a burnt stick. That's like, it's like a piece of charcoal on the end, half the stick is burnt, and he's been scratching something, drawing something on the wall. And as you look, it looks like it's a circle with a cake, a very like rudimentary cake inscribed into the middle of it, like drawn inside the circle. And as you walk past, he goes, "It all makes sense. Don't you see? Don't you see? It's the only way to describe how it all connects. You see, wherever you go in the entire planescape, you can find blood, cake, and drama. And now you can have blood and cake without the drama, or you can have cake and drama without the blood. But you can't have drama and blood without the cake. The cake is everywhere. It's cake all the way down."
Oh, you poor halfling. Don't you
sorry,
know the cake is a lie?
Hey, what is it? 2010? Get out of
Boo
here.
me, I'm right.
Happy 20th anniversary, Half-Life. This will be months later.
as he starts talking, like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything, and I just keep walking.
Interesting. Tell me more about this cake theory.
Oobtaglor,
No.
Do you think it's coincidence that the cake has layers and that every plane of existence has multiple layers?
Well, not Mechanus.
Why do you know that?
You see, he stops. He turns back to the drawing. He crosses it out, and then he goes. So wherever you go in the planescape, there's cupcakes, right? And then starts to draw again.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow. Recovered from that one quickly. A man of faith is never truly shaken. Okay.
So, Oobtaglor, you and Nyx start looking around, and you go back to that same alley, that kind of like that one spot where you found many hands the first time. And looking around, you don't see them standing there, but your gaze falls on. You see a scarf laying on the ground that they definitely were, quote, wearing. And as you continue looking down, you see that there is a coat, the trench coat they were wearing, that is much disinflated. Deflated? Oh my god, that was terrible. There was much deflated.
Disinflated.
I realized it was wrong. That's the important thing. You see there's a coat that is much deflated, just like basically collapsed on the ground, like trying to kind of pick itself up, and the hat that is completely folded over. It's like long, pointy, almost witch's hat that is completely folded over, that is just flopping back and forth as this strange assemblage of clothing desperately tries to conform itself into the shape of a person, but there's just not enough stuff in there. And walking up, you see that indeed there are cranium rats in there, but there's got to be like a fifth of what the amount that you originally saw when it was many hands.
Gonna have to change their name.
Oh,
to
this is
Few
concerning.
Hands.
Are you aware of many hands, Nyx?
Would I know specifically many hands, or is it kind of like it's,
question.
you know, a needle in a haystack kind of thing?
I think it's a needle in a haystack, but we can make a check for it. Go ahead and roll me a history, but use your charisma to see if you would have met them.
Okay. That's a 17 on the die, and my charisma is a +2.
Hey.
19? Yeah, you've definitely met many hands. So here's an interesting thing you would know about many hands, is that the many is one that you know that you've met and talked to before. Mm-hmm. The many is one is a huge conglomerate, and they will send these cranium rat squeaker swarms, this collection of enough rats to like have person-like intelligence, out into the world, and then those rats will return. They will convey all their knowledge, and they will cease to be one, like, or they will stop being one individual and go back into the whole. So it's almost like this, it's like this person being born and dying in this very, very light sense every time that happens. They send out a group, the group goes out, collects information, comes back. That same individual is never formed again. Those single rats might form a new swarm at some point, and they'll have some of the same memories because some of the same rats are in there. But it's never quite, it's never quite the same. There's always this transition that you lose something and you gain something. Many Hands does go out and come back. Rats. But Many Hands is like a constant for some reason. Many Hands, for whatever reason, you've never really known why, but Many Hands leaves, like goes back, leaves, and is always the same. So like there's a continuity to Many Hands that there just isn't to any of the other cranium rat swarms that are part of the Many as one.
The squeak of Theseus.
Yes, the squeak of Theseus. There it is. Thank you so much.
Episode title, if I've ever heard one.
Oh no.
The squeak of Theseus.
Well,
yeah, I do know Many Hands, but this is not what they usually look like.
No, this is, I would estimate, about a fifth of what Many Hands is. But perhaps this could still be useful in that there are still cranium rats present. Do you remember when Manny last night, when Manny and Meech got to know each other and they had that rat-to-rat communication?
Yeah, it was adorable.
I don't know if it would be useful to add Many to this conglomerate of rats in order to create
I can also I can also connect
mini
with them.
to create a mini Manny many hands.
Mini Manny.
Hold on, wait. I've got my alliteration for next week.
Oh.
Incredible. Yeah, I take out Manny and I set him down and I'm like, go make friends, buddy. I'll be in there in a second. And I also psychically connect to the rats. I'll also add Oobtaglor because I can see them.
Sure.
And then let me roll a d8. 2 hours.
Okay, so you connect yourself to Manny, to what's
Yes.
left of Many Hands, to Oobtaglor.
Yes.
You create this psychic link between all of you and begin to try to talk to Many Hands. What do you say to Many Hands or to Manny? Whichever you choose to address.
Yeah, I think I say to Many Hands, because now I feel like Manny has been absorbed by Many Hands, if that's possible.
There's definitely, yeah, like you see like Manny, like kind of, again, Many Hands is a specific collection of rats. So Manny doesn't go into the coat, but like you see like starts to like move with it as the coat shifts to the left. Manny shifts to the left and to the right and tries to give itself volume going up. You see Manny kind of like lifts their haunches up and back down, kind of thing. There's a symmetry to it. There's a mirroring the same way that you did to Oobtaglor before.
Yes, it's a Ratatouille rats controlling rats in a trench coat.
Yeah.
It's rats all the way down, you see.
It's rats all the way down.
Yeah, that guy needs to reevaluate his belief system.
It is. Yeah.
Perhaps what's remaining of Many Hands, perhaps Many Hands knows where the other cranium rats went, and
Yes,
perhaps they could lead us to them. Could you communicate that?
Sure. Yeah. I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it. I think they're embarrassed a little bit.
Oh no! Sorry, I didn't mean to boss you. There's no.
It's fine.
There's no
No.
hierarchy in open and shut investigations, other than it's us peons, and then there's Ingrid at the top. You know.
There's no hierarchy except for the hierarchy.
I'm not sure if that's not a hierarchy.
You're welcome to pay the rent if you want to be at the top of the hierarchy.
Whoa! I think I just heard Ingrid.
Where are you talking
Where
to,
did that
Ingrid?
come
I'm
from?
shouting to the tube.
It
I bet you can
echoed
hear me down
through
there.
the tunnel.
It's coming down through the hole in the pipe.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness!
Can she hear us?
Ingrid. No.
I turn to Many Hands, and I'd just like to say hi. First of all, are you okay? And second of all, where is the rest of you? I guess what happened? Why is there so few of you?
What you get back is a cacophony of different voices rebelling against the fact that they are many combined into one, pulled back apart into many against their will. And you hear things like, God, gone. You hear, they're calling us. You hear one voice that comes through. It says, like, we've been cut, we're gone. I would like for you to make me an insight check, but go ahead, since Manny is here to kind of be a median for you, go ahead and make that insight check with advantage.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. That is an 18 on the die plus 6 is a 24.
Nice.
24 is definitely high enough with a DC of 17. You hear all of that, and you don't even really have to speak. Like, you and Manny have this special connection. And Manny gets closer, hair is standing on end, and now instead of Manny being pulled by the group is being pulled by Manny. It's a very slight distinction. It's very subtle, but there's the sense, what you're seeing with a 24, what you're seeing is the same way a child can be completely conversational, like a toddler can be completely conversational and be able to like tell you about things that have happened to them and communicate. But when they get hurt, there is this emotional. It goes from the forebrain to the hindbrain, right? Who's in the driver's seat, and there's this emotional reaction, and they're incapable of doing those simple tasks. They can't even they need to they can't even soothe themselves in this moment. That is where Many Hands is. But by adding just this one more rat, this outside influence, and your own prompting, you see you're able to kind of, the same way you can distract a toddler, you are able to pull them back into not being of their normal capacity, because they have lost so many rats, so much computing power, but to pull them back into being able to focus on a task. And with 26, I believe you said, or 24?
24.
Still plenty high. With a 24, you begin, there's still some broken ramblings in there, but you're able to pull through the information and begin to decipher it. You find the voices that are the most important as they coalesce. And you hear Many Hands say to you, "We were together, and then we were called. We all heard it, but only some answered, some answered, some answered. They left us, but not for the many as one. Not for the many as one. The many of one welcomes us. The call, it pulls us, it splits us. It's calling now, it's calling now." I would like for you to please make me, Nix, if you could make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yes,
But
I get it.
I would like for you, instead of you using your bonus, you're going to roll for Manny, and you're going to add the +0 from Manny's stat block.
Oh, we're gonna split this
no.
party
You wanna
know
so
what's
hard
funny?
today.
Me and Manny have matching wisdom saving throws, so
No.
it wouldn't have mattered. Twinsies! Let's see. Straight roll.
Oh,
That's
boy.
a nat 20!
Oh my god, what's happening today?
You watch as more rats
Good night,
shudder
Phoenix.
from Many Hands and pull off. They run through the sleeves,
No.
and they start to run down past you out of the alley. Manny runs 2 bounds and then almost possessed from you, and then stops and runs back up, scampers up your leg and up onto your shoulder.
Oh, don't ever do that. That scared me. We gotta follow those rats. I turn and look at Oobtaglor. We gotta follow those rats.
Let's go. I don't know what you did, but okay. Actually, I do know what you did. You communicated.
As
psychically.
I'm leaving, I'll explain later. As I'm running after immediately, I shoot back to what's left of Many Hands and just be like, "I'm gonna fix this," as I'm running after these rats that have been called.
All right. You hear there are some sobs coming from it, but you hear one voice strongly say, "Thank you. We need you. We need them. We need them." And you are off after some rats.
Yeah.
Oobtaglor, I assume you're also following?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Then we are going to cut back to the Spice of Life and see what Ingrid and Bileyg are up to. Currently facing down a hole in a pipe. What would you like to do?
Do you have any way to make yourself very, very small? Because if not, I think I do have to send Meech down this pipe, and that's... I'm just worried about the little guy, you know? He's so true.
Oh,
he
believe
escaped
me,
here once
I'd love
and
to go
don't come
down there with
back.
him, but yeah, the various things that I can do, sadly, none of them involve either getting real small or telepathically communicating with rats.
If I take Meech out of my bag, does he seem to be, like, behaving as per normal?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mostly sleepy.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and send Meech down the pipe to see what he sees. I'm gonna take a little piece of rope and I'm gonna tie it around Meech just in case. Be like, now Meech, if anything goes terribly wrong, I want you to tug on the rope.
Actually,
Oh?
there is something I can do.
Oh?
I mean, it won't help, but we should definitely send Meech down. I'm just looking at my spells. That's all. Don't worry about it.
Meech is an aberration. I don't know if that helps with any of your stuff.
No, but I do have the spell Locate Object. I've just never been able to use it until now.
I don't know
So,
that Meech counts as
Meech
an object.
has a collar I'm familiar with, I assume.
Oh.
You could
yeah, the
give
little
Meech
bow.
something, yeah.
Yeah, I've got, I'm not going to give him the amulet with my wife's picture in it, but I will give him, like, I think I have a dice set in here that I can just, like, tuck a little D4 under his collar. Also, he wears, like, a little bow, right?
Yeah, Meech is a very fancy rat.
Yeah.
I
can
believe
locate
that Ingrid did spend some time getting.
I went out of my way to take him to the salon, so
some-
I feel like Meech is pretty decked
some
out.
outfit
actually.
for Meech. So, yeah, I think a bow is reasonable.
Yeah, so we'll prep locate object. I'll give Meech a little talk to. Now, Meech, I want you to put your safety first. The more you can find out, the better. But please, no heroics. We'll find a way to find those other cranium rats. I just want to make sure that you get back safely, okay? Is there any acknowledgement from Meech? Any understanding behind
bit
those
with-
eyes?
Make an
Kronk.
animal. Make an animal handling check.
Kronk speaking squirrel to the squirrel in the forest.
Squeak, squeaker, squeak it, squeak it.
It's pretty good, actually. It's a 17.
By all accounts, it doesn't make any sense.
There we go.
17.
That'll be us
really
rocking up on the
good.
boss fight with that these guys wander into while we're like 10 minutes behind.
You see, uncharacteristically for Meech, he locks eyes, and you swear you can watch his brain get a little bit brighter as the neurons start firing.
You get an extra grape when you get back.
They actually do light up. It is a thing they can glow.
Oh, that's a handy trick.
Their brains can emit light.
Then I will set Meech by the pipe, and see let him go for a minute or two. Holding on to
Alright.
the other end of the string.
Meech goes down the pipe. How long is this string?
That's a great question. I don't actually know that I had any in my kit, so I'm gonna say DM's discretion if Ingrid could have,
This string is running out.
You find here. You find a ball of twine that was in here that you use for like tying off. You could tie off like meat and stuff
Cool.
like that. But even that, you let him pull it, and he goes down. And like 20 feet later, you're out of twine at this point.
Oh,
like
dear.
he's still going down pipe.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Locate Object just to keep an eye on him. It lasts
Cool.
for 10 minutes if I hold concentration.
All right, locate object goes.
It
Locate
has a
object
range of
is
1,000 feet.
stymied by certain things, right? Like it can't get through like a
It
foot
can't
of
go
stone.
through lead, any thickness
Okay.
of lead, but it doesn't say anything else.
Okay, that's important. So good, because he is through like several feet of stone at this point. But you
Yep.
can tell that he's just down. He's like straight below you, a little off to the right. He's clearly like down into the pipe system underneath, in like the sewers at this point. But it's
Right.
just you're holding onto this end of the string. You can't fit down after him, so you're gonna have to let go of the twine if you
Yeah,
want to get down there.
yeah, Ingrid, I think you're gonna need to let him go, and we're gonna need to follow him from a distance.
I know. I'll let go of the string.
Trust me, I know how hard it can be.
And what's the
They go
distance
up
for
so
locate object?
1,000 feet. If I can feel Meech starting to get, yeah,
No, he's far from 1,000 feet at this point.
yeah. But we're probably gonna need to start moving in the same direction he is if we want to keep him in that radius. If this is any
Yeah.
appreciable distance away. Yeah.
All right. Ingrid, do you let go?
I do.
Okay, you let go. How are you guys getting into the sewers?
We should find the nearest manhole cover, I think.
Yes. Every time.
You gotta start, dressing for these things.
Make me, one or both of you can make me a perception check quick.
Sure.
Why not?
This is actually relevant.
16.
Okay.
It's pretty good for me.
17.
Rolled a 15.
16 is 16, 17, 15 was what you needed. You
Oh.
are able to find listen, so it's, finding the manhole cover was not a problem. It was how quickly can you find the manhole cover.
Right.
As you find, it's really not a manhole cover. It's more like a grate in a wall that is like circular. You have to kind of pop off, but Bileyg is plenty strong enough to handle it. It's rusted and old. You pop off and crawl through. Then you have to shimmy down a little pipe but it's only about a 6-foot drop before you're down into open sewer. Bileyg, you sense within, 100 feet of you, Meech, and you come down and find a larger pipe, much larger than the little drain that you were looking at before. It's probably like a foot and a half in diameter, but that also has a big chew hole in it, and Meech's head is sticking out through the chew hole.
Meech.
This one, of course, the chew is the reverse, so instead of... It was chewed from the inside out, rather than the outside in as the last one. And as you approach to go grab Meech, Ingrid, or Sophia, I need you to please roll me a wisdom saving throw for Meech.
Oh no.
He adds 0 to this.
Frankly,
I feel like I should give him a penalty, but we're going to use the official stat block.
Awesome. I was going to say, I don't
did just
actually
bring it
have a
back to the
stat
site
block
of his trauma.
for Meech, because Meech was a sort of late
Yep, it's
addition
just
to the
plus
party.
0.
12.
We should get it to you. There's not much he can talk to other cranium rats. And if you're holding him, you can use him to talk to other cranium rats. That's the main thing he can do.
It's
a little walkie-talkie.
12.
Okay.
At least if Meech gets lost in the whole whatever, like, sea of cranium rats that we're inevitably going to run into, at least he's identifiable by the bow.
Yes.
Oh, bow. As you go to grab Meech, he, with a DC of 14,
Yep.
jumps out of the pipe, hits the ground, and skitters off, taking off full tilt down
After that
the
rat!
pipe, down the sewer.
I'm booking it after Meech
Whoa.
immediately.
Yeah, all right.
High heels
okay.
going splish splash click clack in the sewer.
Ooh.
taking after your beloved Meech
splash,
and your high
chasing a rat.
heels down in the sewer. Each of you in pursuit of separate cranium rats under some sort of compulsion. We are gonna take our break there.
Yeah.
We'll see you back here in a minute.
Oh, man.
Rolling with difficulty.
You know what's been great?
What's that?
Our guest Olivia. I mean, what a player. I still can't believe they faked us out like that.
I hear you, but it makes sense they could pull something sneaky off after all their quote-unquote criminal activity over on Rolls Untold.
Rolls Untold? What's that?
You haven't heard? Rolls Untold is where we borrowed Olivia from.
I should have taken a closer look at that resume. Sounds interesting. What's it about?
Rolls Untold posits a magical world on the brink of technological rediscovery, where 4 alleged criminals, including Olivia as Ismith Vordescent, band together to break out of a high-security prison. While on the lam, they find themselves caught in the midst of a plot to rid the world of magic altogether. Will they be able to save all of Arcana, or will this spell out the destruction of Galvira forever?
Ooh, perilous.
Perilous and exciting. It's worth checking out. I know I've enjoyed joining the cast of Rolls Untold as they try to save Galvira.
I might just have to join you in that watch party. Where can I check it out?
Season 1 of Rolls Untold is available on YouTube right now. And Season 2 is coming soon, so it's a great time to jump in.
Sounds like it. And I assume I can just go to the show notes below to check it out for myself?
Or direct from their YouTube channel, but you got the gist of it. Check out Rolls Untold Season 1, available now. Rolling with difficulty.
When last we left our heroes, each of you were braving the under Sigil sewers in pursuit of the escaping cranium rats. For Oobtaglor and Nyx, this was some random rats from many hands that you were following. For Bileyg and Ingrid, the stakes much higher. You are chasing
Meech.
your very own Meech through the sewers. Now,
treasured fifth
there are
number.
2 challenging aspects to this chase. The first is that you're going to have to run a while. So to begin with, I would like constitution checks from each of you, just a DC 11, to
Don't tell
see
me that.
if you can all basically jog for like an hour.
Constitution check or saving throw?
Just a check.
Okay.
This is a flat roll for me.
I rolled a 10, but I have plus 0.
I only got a 5.
I rolled a 1.
We're also out
Okay.
of shape.
Oobtaglor?
19.
Okay, so each of you is going to stumble behind your rats. Except
No.
for Oobtaglor. Oobtaglor, you can choose to stay with the rats, or you can choose to wait with Nyx. Which would you like to do?
Go on without me.
Oh, okay. Well,
We're
if they say so.
psychically connected.
Oh, true. Yes. So I'll keep going after the rats.
Oh, good point. And what is the distance on your psychic connection?
Excellent question. Is what I was looking up.
I know the duration is 2 hours, so that's you're only halfway through, so you're good.
As long as you're within 1 mile.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to say that that's okay because you at least have the direction they're going and you know these sewers too. So
Yes.
while you might not know where they're going, it's not like you're going to get lost. So you can be in constant contact with Oobtaglor. And basically that means that even though you have to stop for a couple minutes to catch your breath, there is I'm actually going to say that this unique combination of you knowing the sewers and having telepathic communication just means that you are basically not separated. There's actually not going to be any challenge for you to find Oobtaglor.
Hell yeah.
If you keep, if you're like, Oobtaglor, let me know when you turn, and Oobtaglor is like, okay, I just went left. You're like, okay, I know where you're going. So
Awesome.
we actually don't need a survival check from you because Oobtaglor follows the rats,
Wonderful.
and you keep close using your telepathy and your knowledge of the sewers. For the others, I'm going to need survival tracking check. Either one of you at advantage with the other giving the help, or both of you individually. I need you to make a tracking check to try to follow a rat through sewers.
I'm not proficient, but I have a +1 at it.
I also have a +1, so you want to just take advantage on that? I'll give you the help action.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I also can cast Locate Object a second time if necessary.
Right,
you
wait,
have
I
it
forgot
up.
you have Locate Object.
I've got it up for the first 10 minutes, and then it'll run out.
First 10 minutes. Good point. If you cast it again, I will lower the DC of this check by 5.
That's tempting, but I only have 2 second-level spell slots, and I don't really want to use both of them on tracking the rat if I can help it.
Fair enough.
Also,
Fair
it
enough.
can be
Okay, well,
any... As long as it's within 1,000 feet, I'll know where it is. I don't need to, see Meech to cast it. It's an object I'm familiar with, and I am. So... So I could theoretically cast it again if we get hopelessly lost and there's no other way. But I'll just make the survival check at advantage right now.
Okay. Go ahead. Go for it.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a dirty 20. I rolled a 19 and an 18.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
That's enough. I was
What would
a
a fraud
little
do?
worried
What would a fraud do?
I was a little worried there.
Yeah.
But
Not to worry, boss. We'll get this train back on the tracks.
we don't need a fraud. We have Ranger at home. Ranger at home. It's old man in sewer.
I'm 47.
being like, and then you see another rat go by, and you're like, that way.
Hey, just one more thing.
Okay, so the good news is that you are going to be able to track Meech by virtue of you make it into this larger sewer that is you find going down. Water is flowing out. And you start following that water, and you see other rats occasionally running the same way that you are. And so with your dirty 20, you are able to follow the direction that Meech went, although you do lose a little bit of time.
Yeah.
My boy.
To the other party, who does not lose any time because you do not need to stop to track. Oobtaglor and moments later catching up behind Oobtaglor, Nyx. You come to a narrow entryway. Water is pouring out from this direction, but you know that you saw the rats head up this tunnel, and not only did the rats from many hands head up this tunnel, as you get here, if you sit and just even look for a minute, you see 1 or 2 more rats, disparate rats, come and run up this tunnel. This is definitely the way, and the increased volume of rats you're seeing means that you must be close to whatever's calling them.
Did you happen to memorize the way here? We have to go back and get the other 2.
Boy, I was running a lot. That's I bet we could track it back.
Okay.
I bet we can do it no problem.
Without any evidence to the contrary, Oobtaglor will start to go back the way they came It's for
What
the
do you have
cafe.
against making this adventure play out as intended, Noir?
wait.
No,
What do
it's
you
okay.
mean? They don't logically. Oobtaglor doesn't know that they
It's
left
funny
the
how
cafe.
you sprinted through the
You're
sewers
right.
for like an hour, and then you were like, "Oh shit, the rest of my team."
I'm gonna
Well,
go
we needed
back.
to know. We reached the point
who's
where we were
leading the way
comfortable.
back? Who's leading the way back? Is it Nyx or Oobtaglor? Marching order.
I will try with my knowledge of like these sewers, like
Sure.
this area.
I'd also like you to make me a survival check, to see if you know where you are.
All right, let's see. It was a 10, but I went to an 8. So an 8.
Yeah, I mean, you know that you've traveled a long distance, but you're not, the sheer speed that you had to travel, you're not, like, a little turned around. You're pretty sure you're somewhere under the lower ward, but you don't know exactly where.
Okay,
With a little bit of time, you could send to yourself, but...
I don't really know where we are. You want to go back? We gotta
Okay.
follow these rats.
If you're not confident, then maybe we shouldn't go. But at the same time, I don't necessarily want to face whatever is approaching, well, whatever's in the next, whatever segment without the other two.
Hey, you know, Austin, the players, don't make the choices you're gonna make in your characters. Leave the rest up to me, okay?
I'm absolutely, Nyx is absolutely like, I don't need anyone. And just
Hell
starts-
yeah!
Like,
Fair
that's
enough. Hey,
not...
I agree that splitting the
rogue.
party is not a
Angsty
thing that the
loner
party
rogue.
would necessarily, you know, be nervous about. But Oobtaglor is right that, you know, you don't know that the rest of them are coming. So
The good news is, you guys can actually stealth without me around, making you auto fail all our group checks.
True.
I think I would like to do, I would like to sneak as much as possible through this area and get like a lay of the land and kind of follow the rats, keeping to the shadows as much as possible, and just kind of do I want to do a Batman hang from the rafters kind of thing, and check out all of the bad guys that I see and then report back.
okay,
Any suspicious stuff.
then I'm going to need you to please make me a stealth roll.
Hey, my bread and butter.
Hey,
That's cocked. Hold on. Hey, that's a 19 on the die. It is +6
Man,
for a total.
tonight.
we're rolling hot. Yeah.
28.
Where was this last week?
No, that's not right. 24. That's not right. No,
24.
25.
Is it 19 plus 6? Yeah, 25.
25. There you go.
Hey, I'm not good at math.
All right.
Something
With
even
a
funnier
roll
than
of
24.
25.
Oh,
Oobtaglor, are you joining or you're letting Nyx do their thing?
please no.
I will go with
I
next.
Froze.
Okay, so Oobtaglor, another stealth roll from you as well.
Is that cocked?
I-
No, that's not. That's actually a natural 20.
Oh my god!
Oh my
You
god!
have great rat
I don't-
karma.
All right, what's the total just for posterity? What's the total on
22.
the nat 20?
22.
22.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a 22 and a 25, you both creep down the hallway's the wrong word, down this passage. It's a narrow thing with water that runs deep through the middle. Not quickly though. It's very thick, sludgy. There's a lot of solid to this water. And in fact, I think to each of you, it would call to mind the ditch, the open body of water in Sigil that is just even calling it water is generous. It is thick and putrid. Some people can walk on it sometimes, and it is just a like foul, putrid place, and it's the only open body of water in the whole city. So people go there to dump stuff a lot. Calls to mind the ditch. You make your way through, and you come across, there is a like slimy membrane that kind of stretches across like a spider web, but it's like a green slime that stretches across the entire passage here. If you're gonna cross it, I need each of you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, that was worse. I'm gonna use luck.
17.
Okay, 17 is good.
That was marginally better. 12.
12. 12 is the DC.
Oh!
So, gingerly making your way through. You go under this membrane, pass through this hallway and come to an opening. This larger room that is a little bit higher up, so there's not water on the floor in the entirety of this room. It's just pooling in a couple different places. And you see a room that is swarming with rats. There is... It's longer than it is deep. You see lots of open holes in the ceiling, on the floor, on the walls. These, like, you know, various pipes, grates, things like that. There are tunnels that have been chewed through the walls on either side, and you see that they are packed tight with dirt, mud, and bone. And there is just a lot of wreckage in this room. There is like smashed furniture, lots of wooden debris. There's also a lot of books. And this entire room is, by the way, actually, do either of you have dark vision?
Oh, right.
Why would you ask that? Why would you ask that? That's crazy that you would.
Where would you see whether or not you have dark vision?
It should be under your senses.
Oh, senses.
Features and
Dark vision,
traits, I
60
think.
feet. Let's fucking go.
Hey-oh.
Okay.
Do I? Hold on. Yeah, no, I don't have dark vision. It just says additional sense types, but that's it.
Okay, so for you, this is very dim, so you have, like, disadvantage on perception checks and such while you're in here. Oobtaglor, you can see normally. This kind of big rectangular, deeper than it is wide room that's been made of stone. Big pillars holding up the ceiling above you. This was some sort of like catacomb or something that has been connected to the sewer system at some point in Sigil's history, but now it is host to swarms of rats. You see rats milling about all over the place. Fortunately, with your high stealths, none of them spot you, but they are everywhere. They're pouring out of the open grates that line the floor and the walls and the ceiling, the various pipes. They are swarming around the different pieces of broken furniture, of which there are many. Smashed wood litters this room. They swarm around the various columns that support it. You see that there are surprisingly like piles of books. Like there's like debris here. Book debris mixed in with the wooden debris. It kind of stands out because it's not like any of the other general use flotsam and jetsam that you see kind of piled in this room. There are also a couple tunnels that have been carved, dug, chewed out of the walls here that are not stone but lead into these passageways that are lined with packed dirt and bone packed in among them. You are a changeling. Nyx, you have dark vision, which gives you disadvantage on perception checks. Noir, you are an ooze. You have dark vision, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I would like you guys to both give me perception checks. Noir, this is straight. Nyx, this is with disadvantage.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Is that a nat 20 again?
It's a nat 20 and a 10.
Oh, no.
It hurts. It hurts.
The pain. It did its best.
They really are working hard.
I had to use a second luck. 14.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I'm
14
going to...
is enough.
Sorry, I'm going to... So, that's perception, right? So it is
Yes.
just a 13, but I am going to use my psionic power and expend...
You're going to dip into your well
my
of psionic
well
power and
just knock it a little bit over the edge. I just need one, so that's a 3. So I get a total of 16.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
With a total of 16, even rolling at advantage, what you both spy is a shadowy figure. And you know what? As long as we're here, I
here
will
we go, baby.
go ahead and pull you into the battle map. So
The what?
you are both
The who now?
below. So
The
there's
what?
no combat happening right now, but you are... You succeeded on all your checks, so I'll go ahead and show you the room. You are down to the south over here, and you see these are the largest collections of rats. You also see in the tunnel off to the right is a shadowy figure, just a torso. After the torso kind of bends into just black smoke, that billows out gently, 2 big wings, and this kind of gaunt skeletal face, like teeth overlapping, sticking out on the outside of the mouth, fitting together, not quite neatly enough to like seem purposeful, just menacing more so than anything. And it wears, distinct from its strangely incorporeal body, it wears a silver crown that each point on the crown is a little stylized rat.
You've got rat control.
And it is
A literal
of the
rat
rats.
king.
Rat.
It is
King.
currently making gestures at the rats. Does anyone here speak planar sign?
Oh, do I?
Sorry, planar
No.
what?
Planar
No.
sign.
Planar sign language.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Okay.
I
Nice.
do.
Yeah, that was one of the additional languages I offered along with Mojang and Dabu at the beginning of this campaign that anyone was open to taking. So this creature, the shadowy creature, is speaking in planar sign to the rats. And as you, with your high enough perception, thankfully, even though it is stealthed in the shadows and hard to make out, watching, you are able to make out. He says, in planar sign to them, come. I forgot that I almost did a voice. I'm like, he doesn't have a voice. He's doing planar sign. He is motioning to them and he says, come. Tattershade is your master now. They move against us. We must be ready. Come. And the rats are starting to like all pool around and follow him and like watch as he's doing this.
We gotta kick his ass.
Do I
All of
recognize
you-
that name?
Tattershade.
Do I recognize that name? Does that ring any?
I'm not going to ask for a check here. I don't think that
Cool.
you would know this name. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So he is currently motioning to them. This is when Bileyg
Hey.
and this is when Bileyg and oh my goodness, sorry.
Ingrid.
Ingrid, thank you.
Ingrid Starling.
Bileyg and
Thank you very
Ingrid
much.
Remember the name.
following, though you have lost Meech, following the other rat trail you have picked up, come down the hallway. So I assume that you are continuing to follow the rats. Yes.
Yes, sprinting
Yeah.
full speed down the hallway.
All right. Who is leading the way? Is it? I assume it's Bileyg,
I think
since
it's
Bileyg
Bileyg.
was the one who
Well-
succeeded on this arrival.
I mean, that would be the smart thing. Ingrid is faster than me, though. My speed is 25.
Ingrid
I assume
would.
that she's waiting for you, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know where I'm going, so I'll like mark my speed. Take smaller
Okay, yeah.
steps. To
In
make
that
sure
case,
that I don't
I'm definitely
overtake
leading the
Bileyg.
way.
All right. So starting with Bileyg, then I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw against that slime thing that you saw at the beginning.
Oh, sir, I would absolutely love to give you a dexterity saving throw.
Which entrance
Don't
on this
think
map
these are
are
at
we coming out,
disadvantage anymore.
in?
Oh, you guys aren't in this map.
Oh, different.
You're
We're in a
in
different map.
this map.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
4.
Okay.
Lay it on
Bileyg,
me, boss.
you run dead into this big green web that you see here
Yeah.
on the sort of right side. Ingrid, you have to stop as you come up behind Bileyg. Bileyg, you get caught in this thing. You are restrained. At the end of each of your turns, you can make another save to try to escape the restraint, or you could try to destroy.
Okay.
But as you do, there's kind of this moment you get stuck, and Ingrid, you're behind. You see Bileyg get stuck. How do you guys react to this?
I'll take out my. Well, I guess technically I'll take out the Grigzit's sword, now Ingrid's sword, and start hacking away at the webs if I can. Just immediately we are on the hunt.
You pull out and you start to go cut, and as you do, you notice that in the water under the sludge that the other two stealthed past, you see that there is a dead body in there.
Oh dear.
And as you kneel down to start cutting at the slime, its pale eyes open,
Oh.
and we are going to start initiative. Could I please have you both roll?
Yeah.
My other friends, you are all the way on the left, the far side of this cavern over here, way up. So on your turns, you can use 30 feet of movement to enter the battle map over on the left side.
All right, that dies on timeout. That's my second 4 in a row.
I got a 16.
Noise.
Okay. All right, so let me roll my initiatives. Okay. Oh, you know what? They're actually both going on 11, so that makes my life easier. All right, and do we have any 25 to 20s?
20.
Okay, 20 for Oobtaglor. Do we have any 15 to 20s?
16.
16 for the fabulous Ingrid Starling. Do we have any 10 to 15s? Any 5 to 10?
Hey. So this is the first character I've ever played that has a +6 to initiative. It's crazy. I'm so excited for it. +6. Isn't that crazy? Nothing saves a nat 1 though.
Yeah.
So that'd be a total of 7.
Yep.
And Bileyg, you're coming in at a sweet 4.
4. You know it.
Hey.
Hey.
We love it. All right. So,
Hey, I get there
Bileyg,
eventually.
excuse me. Oobtaglor, you are the first.
Ooh.
I would like for you to please. What would you like to do?
So
I'm not
I
asking
assume,
you what to do. You tell me what you want to do.
so I assume that I hear sort of the movement behind me, and so I'll spend my movement getting onto the battle map.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just do a quick checkerino to see. Oh man, 80 feet. Shoot, that's just a little too far away for a bardic inspiration, I believe. Yeah, 60. Okay.
You could always action dash and then.
I could, and I probably will, because all of my spells are 60 feet maximum. So, yeah, I will move a further 30. Yeah, and I will go ahead and use my bonus action to inspire Bileyg.
Hit us with it.
A noble, powerful halfling we admire. A noble, powerful, hungry halfling I should inspire. And he gives us care and he gives us tea, and he is what chivalry means to me. He's a great example to which we should aspire. That's our Bileyg.
Very
Hey-o.
nice.
Very nice, Bileyg. You are inspired.
Wow.
Aw, shucks. How long have you guys been down here?
Hello.
Did you just make that up?
Oobtaglor.
No, I write these ahead of time.
Oh, I was asking his nicks.
Oobtaglor definitely
Yes,
makes these
I do.
That's really
Oobtaglor
impressive.
is even more talented than Noir. All right, Oobtaglor, that's your turn. Do we have anything from Ingrid? What would you like to do?
Yeah. Is Bileyg incapacitated?
I'm just restrained.
He's just restrained, which means he is not incapacitated. No.
Which means he is.
And I think I can still do flanking.
Right. I don't have disadvantage on my attack from through any other method, right? Just trying to.
Nope.
Cool. Ingrid will, weighing the odds of getting sneak attack damage, attack the bog body as opposed to trying to cut out Bileyg. Sorry, Bileyg.
No, it's all good.
I'm gonna attack with the Grixit's blade, which I own now. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Fancy.
If you move 5 feet, we'll begin flanking and you'll roll at advantage.
Okay. I'll swing around.
I believe if you get a crit on this blade, you do extra stuff.
I do. All right. Then the advantage. Neither of those are a crit, but that is a 21 to hit.
21 will definitely hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
Cool. It's gonna be 1d6 plus 4 plus the 2d6 of sneak attack.
Woohoo.
5 points of piercing damage, but an additional 11 from a sneak attack.
Woo.
Okay, so 16 total?
Yeah.
16 is a huge amount, taking the thing almost down to half. As you do, you stab into it, and a gout of toxic, you can't even really call it blood, mostly fluid, splashes out. You take 6 acid damage.
Disgusting.
Ugh.
I hate this. Why are we here? Oh, right, Meech.
We fought a lot. Meech is in peril. He needs us.
Meech.
Any
Do it
other
for the rat.
actions?
I will stay where I am in the flanking for my boy.
Okay. Cool. That will end your turn and bring us to first the bug buddies. So this one's gonna move up to flanking.
No.
And the other one is going to attack Ingrid. So
Hey.
first attack on Bileyg. It has advantage anyway because he's restrained, but you know,
Right.
why not? That is a 22 to hit.
Yes, that will hit me.
Okay. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and you are also grappled, which means even if you escape the restrained, your movement is still going to be 0. But your attack roll, the restrained is giving you disadvantage on attacks.
I'm
The
grappled
grappling is just
and
giving
restrained.
you movement 0.
Okay.
So,
These guys are
all right,
real icky.
and then one on Ingrid. That's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
These guys roll real high.
Austin rolled really high on both of those.
Okay.
They're look, they're no slouches. They're not rolling +1, but they're not. It's not like they have +9 to hit or something like that. I've just rolled really well.
Cool.
I also rolled minimum damage though, so same to you. That's 4 bludgeoning damage, Ingrid, and you are also grappled.
Rude.
Hell yeah. Okay. Now the swarm of skitterlings will go. Oobtaglor, you come through here, through this hallway. You shoot your inspiration, and as you do, you finish. You hit the final loot strum, and the echoing sound off the stone, you watch as a bunch of tiny glowing eyes light up on the ceiling, and what look like bats at first, but as they swarm down, you realize they're actually these, they look like rats, but they have 8 legs and little bat wings.
Oh,
come down,
terrible.
and it's going to swarm you. So they can enter your space.
No! Get it off!
They made a monster out of the combination of bats, rats, and spiders. This thing's the phobia triple combo.
I'm going to put so many content warnings on this episode again.
Oh, that's
Oh, no,
actually
it's
cuter
kinda
than I
cute.
thought. It's
Oh,
like a
no,
little
I
turtle
love
with
him.
wings.
Can we
Like
have
a little.
Hey,
It's a little
DM,
water bear.
can we get another
I
office
think that we can
pet?
fix him.
I
Let's
think-
pick one out and redeem
I
him.
think we can fix him.
Claw attack!
Let's call him Meech 2. We'll hook him and squeeze him. Call him George.
Okay, claw attack. That's a 21 to hit.
Oof. Yes. I'll tank it. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
That is 11 points of slashing damage.
Never mind. Maybe I shouldn't have tanked it.
Are you immune to poison damage or the poisoned condition?
I am resistant to poison damage, and I have advantage against being poisoned.
Okay, so then you will roll this Constitution saving throw at advantage.
Cool. Ooh. Okay. Cool. 19. Constitution.
you are
said
not-
22.
Yep, you are not blinded.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Yay! Okay,
Oh.
that's their turn. Nyx, it's you.
Okay.
Let's see
I
what this
wanna-
rogue do.
Get him, boss.
Hey, I want to run onto the map and use my movement to get onto the map.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
then from there, I would like to pull out my psionic knives, my little daggers that appear out of the tips of my fingers, and I throw 2 of them at the one that is closest to Oobtaglor here, at that swarm. I want to try to get them off of. Is there a special trick that I can aim it and not hurt Oobtaglor?
Oh, you're fine. I mean, unless you're doing an explosion, you're definitely not going to hit your
No,
tadpole.
okay,
The swarm
it's
is
just
so
my
big,
daggers.
you have no, there is no challenge to you. Oobtaglor is going to have a challenge if Oobtaglor wants to attack something that's not the swarm, because the swarm is in their face. But you are totally fine to attack the
Lovely.
swarm. No challenge to you. So go
Lovely.
ahead and roll. What is you're going to throw your daggers. What's the range on them?
They are. Hold on, I just stepped away from them. 60 feet.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so you're good.
Yeah. I imagine that since the rats are physically on Oobtaglor, that they are. I have an ally within 5 feet.
You do. You have an ally closer than 5 feet. They're on Oobtaglor, so
They are
that is-
very much within 5 feet. So
You're gonna roll sneak attack.
If I hit,
If you hit,
I'm going to sneak attack. That is a 19 to hit. 13 plus 6.
Oh yeah, 19 will hit. Roll sneak attack.
Beautiful. All right, so that is 1d6 plus 3 plus my sneak attack. Woo! Okay, that's 3 4s, 8, 12, right? Yeah, 12, and that's 5, 17. Plus 3, 20.
20. Nice.
And that's
Okay.
with only one of the daggers.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
second dagger.
Okay, so
which would
for
just
the
be
first
1d6 plus 3.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, well, okay, for the first hit,
Yeah.
with your sneak attack, coming out of your cage, and you're doing just fine. Coming out of the tunnel here, stealthily, still really stealthed.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you should have rolled an advantage because. Go ahead, just see if you
Well,
roll a
let's see if
natural
I crit. Yeah.
Yeah, just because you were technically
I
still stealthed.
don't.
Aw.
Okay, so we're all
It
good.
was
We're all
a
good. We played it by the
2.
book. You're all good. You throw this psychic dagger now. You're all seasoned adventurers at this point. Fighting swarms of creatures with mundane weapons is difficult. They usually resist because even if you hit a couple of them with a sword, they don't. You can't do enough damage to the swarm with just a mundane weapon. Even a magical sword is still going to be halved. Mechanically, the damage is going to be halved because it resists it. But fortunately, your daggers are psionic, so they
Yes.
deal psychic damage. Am I correct?
Yes, they do.
So
and they
as
also
you hit-
disappear when they hit, and they don't leave any mark on someone.
That's
Nice,
pretty
nice.
sick.
As you hit one, there is a flash, and Oobtaglor, you get kind of just the like a headache, just barely kind of grazes your mind as this psionic pain flashes out among them, and a bunch of them just fall down dead to the ground. A bunch of them, half of them. This thing is below half health immediately.
Woo.
You have a bonus action offhand attack, I believe.
Yes, offhand attack. I'm gonna roll to hit on that one. That is
so this is straight.
This is straight. Yes.
Yes.
That is a 12 plus 6 for an 18 to hit.
18 definitely hits. Just the 1d6. No.
Yes, 1d6.
Unless you took the dueling fighting style.
So it's just 1d6. Is it plus 3 or that's no?
Nope. Yeah, without the
Yeah, it's just 1d6.
without the dueling. Yeah.
It's a 2.
Okay, 2 damage. Hey, this thing
Oh,
is.
I have.
Oh
I
yeah.
have 2-weapon fighting.
Oh, that's what it is. That is 2-weapon fighting.
Oh,
That's
then, yeah.
Rogues do get it now. So you do add that 3. So an additional -3.
So yeah, so
5
2
total.
and a 3 is 5.
Oh wait, 2-weapon fighting. No, 2-weapon fighting is what lets you attack with the bonus action. It's the dual wielding fighting style, I believe, that makes you. You know, it's funny. I've played this game for so long that some of the basic stuff starts to
Yeah, I've got
Fade.
2-weapon
Yeah.
fighting
Starts
too.
to
You
become
don't
hard.
add your ability modifier to the extra attacks damage unless that modifier is negative. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, that's so rude.
Yeah, you're only allowed to suck at it.
That's so
Wait,
rude.
2-weapon fighting when you is a fighting
Yes.
style. When you
Yep.
engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. So I'm sorry, 2-weapon fighting does do it. It's offhand attack that is just lets you attack with a bonus action. We're all good. We've been playing D&D for professionally for
We're good
4
at
years
this.
now.
We're so good at this.
3 years now, whatever it is.
We're gonna
good
get
at
such a
this.
good
Okay.
grade in it.
We're gonna get. I am definitely.
Regardless,
getting
a
extra credit in D&D.
stellar turn,
Yeah.
which is going to bring us to our grappled, restrained friend Bileyg. Now,
Howdy.
at the end of this turn, you're going to get to try to save against that restrained.
Oh, lucky me. Another dex
you can
save.
You can try to cut your way out if you want. It's up to you, or you can attack. Your turn is yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the bog body that's on Ingrid. Because we're flanking.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
sounds good.
That neutralizes my disadvantage, so I'm just rolling this straight.
Yep.
So,
Got
first
it in one.
attack. Let's see. Come on, buddy. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Good. Okay.
Nice.
1d8 plus 3. That is a 1, so that is 4 slashing damage from a magical weapon.
Sweet. You take 4 acid damage as it squirts like waste burning like
Great.
sewer
Actually,
water at you.
while I'm here, I'm going to make one of those a divine smite, just to make it worth my while.
This creature is undead.
I figured it was, so that's gonna be.
All right, so that's 4 from the weapon.
Yep. Give me just a sec. I'll mark off the spell slot. Fortunately, I can use first or second level spell slots for this. So that's going to be 2d8 extra radiant damage plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than 1, so that's still 2d8 plus 1d8 against undead or fiends. So that's going to be 3d8 additional damage.
Yeah. Oh, you could kill this thing right here.
Let's go.
Red.
I forgot I actually had. Well, let's see. Let's not get crazy. Okay. 8, 11, 17 radiant damage.
Dead on 1 strike. The measly 4 acid damage. Nothing does not compare to the divine smite of a paladin against an undead. You watch as this thing just lights up from the inside and has this terrible burning smell, but you kind of cauterized it, so it's no longer a biohazard.
Blech.
All right.
All right.
You have a second attack, I believe.
Yes.
This one will be at disadvantage.
It is, yeah, even though I'm being grappled by the guy, which is fine. It's fine. I ain't mad. Okay, let's
got
give it the
your
old college
inspiration if
try
you need it.
anyway.
She
I do have
said
inspiration.
convincingly. I'm not mad. What?
That is a 16 to hit.
Nice.
16 will hit. Yeah.
Okay. Second, d8 plus 3. That is a 2.
We've had
so
one,
that's
yes.
5.
But what about second D8 plus 3?
Can I divine smite twice in
We've
one
had one,
round?
yes.
Yeah,
doesn't
you
say
can
I
absolutely divine smite
can't.
twice in one round.
But I don't want.
We're still using the old school rules that are all busted and janky.
I've been burning
Yeah.
through spell slots so fast, though.
Yeah, but what else are you
I
gonna
think I'll
use
just
on?
let this one lie. 5 damage isn't.
All right.
Wait, am I gonna take more acid damage from this fucker?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, fine. Lay it on me.
You take 1 acid damage.
I'll take it. And then I get to
And
roll
you
another
said
dex
5
save?
to him?
Yes.
Cool. Yep, unless you have a bonus action you want to take before you end your turn, go ahead and roll another dex save.
Bonus actions. Oh,
Ingrid,
actually.
you're no longer grappled.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh. I could bonus action Divine Favor, which doesn't appear to be concentration. Extra 1d4 radiant damage is not the worst. Meh.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
just
not.
try my
I
dex
feel
save.
like it's not concentration, divine favor.
I think it might have gotten updated, because the older version
you know what?
on the Legacy.
Here's the thing. We are. Yeah, there's D&D Beyond has wounded us. And...
Yeah, Divine Favor First Edition in the Legacy one has the concentration banner, but the other one doesn't. So I
Gotcha.
guess they updated it to get rid of the concentration requirement.
Because they thought it was more balanced.
I guess. They also seem to have gotten rid of Sanctuary, which is weird and annoying. Anyway, that's a 14 on my dex save.
14 will save. You are no longer restrained. You're
Holy
just
shit!
grappled.
This never happens. Okay, let me just hit.
You shake yourself out and you're like, what?
My goodness.
All right. That's the end of the first round, which brings us to Oobtaglor. Oobtaglor, you're currently surrounded by a swarm of skitterlings. What would you like to do?
Yes, I am. For my first action, I would like to fairy fire the I guess me by proxy, but more important, the skitterling swarm. So it must make a dex saving throw.
Okay, dex save from the swarm. No proficiency here. 5.
Nice. Okay. So it is illuminated in a bright green light. Any attacks against it are with advantage.
Okay. That's your action to cast the spell.
For my bonus action, I will go ahead and inspire Nyx.
Hey.
Look out, it's Nyx, who roams killing enemies with 110 or so psychic blades. And they're going to rip and tear while so chic and debonair. Yes, they're traits that they possess in spades.
Hell yeah, take that D8, I believe.
Holy
Yes,
shit.
D6.
Oobtaglor, the
D8?
acoustics in here are great.
Oh, I thank you.
That was incredible.
Hell yeah. Action, bonus action, any movement from you.
Is it? I guess I can just move out of the space, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'll do so. Yeah, I'll just move 10 feet here.
All right, then make an
actually,
attack of
I'll-
opportunity on you.
Fine. Yeah, okay.
Don't worry. I only rolled an 8 to hit.
Okay, that doesn't
Yeah.
hit. I will get
All right.
myself out of the way also so that Nyx can continue stabbing.
Stab.
Let them do what they do best.
Stab.
Ingrid.
It's me. Bileyg is no longer enwebbed, or
Correct.
No longer in
I
webs,
am
just
grappled.
grappled.
Yeah, there's like it's like latched onto me like a Gibdo from Ocarina of Time.
okay. Sorry, I'm on the wrong tool in Roll20. I will 5, 10, 15, 20 get into flanking for my boy.
Cool. Moving through the web, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't do this to us.
I'm a rogue.
Yeah, but
I'm
she's got this.
dexterous.
She's got this.
I'm dexterous.
Maybe she can do like the getting through the laser grid, like acrobatics thing.
That's a 14.
14 will save. You are able to move into position.
Great. And then I'm gonna attack with my action with the Grixit's Blade.
Okay. At advantage with the flank.
Also with 14. Oh wait, at advantage. Hold on. 17.
17 will hit.
Awesome. And because I don't have disadvantage in any other way, I also get to add my sneak attack to this. So I'm gonna grab some d6s. So that is 7 points of base piercing damage plus an additional 7 from sneak attack.
All right, so 14 points dealt to it. You will take 5 points of acid.
Ouch.
Ugh.
Awesome. And for my bonus action, since we're all inspiring people, I'm gonna inspire Oobtaglor because they seem to keep getting attacked by this swarm of things that I would like to adopt. Let's see. Do I have? Okay.
Not everything can be tamed.
This.
Some things are just too foul.
Well, you shouldn't have made them look like little water bears
Yeah.
with wings then.
So Oobtaglor, your inspiration.
And by
They do
you, I
kinda
mean
look like
Wizards of the
tardigrades.
Coast.
This one comes to you straight from MCDM.
Ooh,
Wow.
Austin's favorite. Check it off your bingo cards. Oobtaglor.
Yeah, fair enough.
This one's for you. Target, just out of extended range. Your party close by, but not flanking. Fire resistance when all you've got is produce flame. It's finding the plot NPC and meeting their beautiful knife. And isn't it a shame? Don't you think? Yeah, it's a real pity. And I really do think it's rolling 7 when you needed an 8. A crit fail on your death save. Legendary resistance to disintegrate. And who would have thought? Figures. And that's for you, buddy.
Thank
Very
you.
meta.
Only fair enough. It was.
I don't know what it all
diegetically, sounded
meant,
different, but
It came from the ether.
you know what? I had to give. I gave fair is fair. I gave one to Noir for doing his first song last episode. So I got to give one for your first inspiration for this season, a D inspiration, to Sophia for coming out singing.
Woo.
Thanks, man.
And Oobtaglor, you of course get the regular inspiration. A reminder that the D inspirations do not expire, but the regular ones
Yes,
do.
also my inspiration is a D6, not a D8, because I'm a lower level bard.
Yes.
Yes.
I should also say that when you see Oobtaglor cast their bardic inspiration, a little globule of themselves sort of extricates itself from Oobtaglor and begins like floating around you, Nyx. And if you were to observe it, it kind of morphs into various shapes. Like you see a star one moment and then like a musical note the next moment. Whenever you decide to use the bardic inspiration, in addition to using it as bardic inspiration, there's a little extra bonus that happens depending on the role you use it for.
Ooh.
Yes. Oobtaglor sings the song of creation that they've learned from Limbo, the plane of uttermost chaos. So their inspirations have a little potential that most other inspirations do not.
I sing the song of inspiration, and it comes from the Music Man.
We got a Hugh Jackman up in here. All right.
Oh, no, Robert Preston all the way.
You're right. I couldn't think of who. I could only think of who revived it.
Fair enough.
All right. Ingrid, does that end your turn?
It does.
Bog Body's turn. This Bog Body is going to submerge itself with Bileyg.
God!
Grabs you and just pulls you down under the water.
Sir, you gotta stop drowning me. It's becoming an actual problem at this point.
Well, while submerged in this way, you are heavily obscured. That means disadvantage on attack rolls against you. And you are restrained again. You are unable to breathe, Bileyg.
Yep.
And you will take 1d8 acid at the start of each of your turns.
Damn.
There's acid down here.
There's acid down here.
Just mark restrained again.
Skitterling Swarm's turn. Here it goes. Fly 60. Hell yeah.
Ooh, bitch.
It's gonna fly over to Nyx.
It's okay. It's fine.
Claw, melee attack roll. I rolled the same thing again, so did not matter. That's only a 10 to hit. I assume that will not hit.
It does not.
All right, so that's the end of the Skitterling's turn, which immediately gives you a chance to riposte, Nyx. What would you like to do? You have advantage thanks to the, what do you call it? The, fairy fire.
Yeah, I do. So, guess who's coming in with more sneak attack?
Woo!
I am also...
As these creatures just harass you and get into your face, try to scratch at you.
Yeah. Fuck off. These are not the rats I know. That is a 13 plus 6 with one of my daggers. I'm basically just like, I start shooting out my daggers all around me for a 19 to hit.
19 will definitely hit. Go ahead, roll your sneak attack.
You know what? I realized I didn't roll with advantage.
Oh yeah, go ahead if you'd like.
It's not better. All right, so 1d6 for that, and then for a sneak attack. Okay, so that's 10, 15 total.
Sweet. On 15 total damage, that is enough to end this swarm. Striking out, you watch as they just start falling like they've been swatted, even though there was no physical damage to them. Just patter down and hit the floor. And Nyx, you're standing amongst a bunch of dead vermin.
I think what it is like Nyx is actively reaching into their brains and like slicing off their connection to whatever this is. Like it's kind of like no, like you don't follow that anymore. You are disconnected from the hive of whatever hive you are in. I think it's like a mind like just not a lobotomy, but a lobotomy.
I was about to say impromptu lobotomy.
Impromptu lobotomy, like just like a quick
best
lesion
kind.
to be like, no, you're cut from this connection.
Yeesh.
Hell yes. All right. That will end. Oh wait, sorry. You have movement and a bonus action if you'd like to take it.
I mean, is there other? Let me look down the hallway. How's that bog body doing?
Bad.
You can't see it. It and Bileyg have just disappeared beneath the muck.
Ah.
One single bubble rises up. Pops.
Wasn't me.
Dead bodies, all these gases that are
Yeah,
in
it's the stinky corpse guy.
The stinky corpse guy. Oh, I'm not gonna be that brave and jump in. You're an adult. You can handle yourself.
Heck yeah, I am.
All right,
yeah,
do you want to pass your turn?
I think I just step out around the rats and walk towards my friends. 1, 2.
Okay.
Come here.
So
Why
you
won't
go ahead
you?
and move, and that will bring us to the start of Bileyg's turn.
Yep. As a point of order, I
Bileyg.
should have rolled my dex save at disadvantage because I was restrained. I forgot to do that.
Oh, you're right. It's okay. You've been pulled out of the web anyway because
Right.
it submerged you. So
Okay,
we'll go ahead and call it square. Good looking out though.
thanks.
You don't get an inspiration, but you get a nice little pat on the head.
Oh, I appreciate that, boss.
All right, yeah, cool. You take, oh, damn it, 1 point of acid damage for being
Oh,
submerged.
cry me a river, big boss. Okay.
All right, now you're restrained. What would you like to do?
I would like to attack the thing that is currently grappling me.
All right, attack at disadvantage.
Yeah, I
It's
figured I
restraining
was. But am I still flanking it? with
Yeah,
Ingrid?
that's what you always say, DM.
Okay. Well, I'll give it the old college try. Oh, that is actually still pretty good. That's a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah, the good news is that they are soft dead bodies, so it's pretty easy to get them.
Great.
Yeah, 17 hits.
Okay, initial damage, and I'm going to smite this one also because
Cool. You
unless
take
I
2
take it out
acid damage from
immediately.
stabbing it.
Yeah. Okay, let me just mark
Well, I'm
that
not gonna. You have to decide when you deal the damage. Like you can roll and then decide to add. I'm not gonna tell you whether it's dead or not on your slashing. You
Okay.
know?
Well, I only do 5 damage base, so I'm going to assume that probably doesn't kill it. Yeah, let's just unleash hell, as it were. Technically the exact opposite.
Cool.
Boop.
Unleash heaven.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be total of 5 plus these more additional 3d8. That is 16 radiant damage.
That. Yep, that smokes it. You guys watch. Bileyg goes under. There's a big bubble, and then there's just another flash of light. Water flies up in every direction, and Bileyg comes up gasping for breath. Sludge all over it. His hair all across the face. Just muck and slime. There's some of it's like foamy, dripping off.
Yeah, I'd love to not be in this
I
sewer
love
any longer
gross
than we have
games.
to.
Oh.
Blech.
The enemies before you defeated. What do you do?
Did you
All right.
guys find the rats?
Let's find the rats. They're in the next room. Wait, did Nyx relay the information that they learned from?
Nyx is here?
No, but hey, everyone! I kind of walk out of the shadows.
Oh, hey.
Hey, covered in like no, it doesn't actually. There's no blood because it's psychic damage. Never mind. No rat blood. Don't worry.
Sort of a headache.
Yeah. Walks out of the shadows and is like, there's a big group of them in the next room, and they're being controlled by someone named Tattershade.
Huh.
Then it sounds
That's
like
not
we
a
need
good
to have a
sign.
conversation with this Tattershade.
Before we do that, did anyone take any hits in that?
I did,
No,
actually.
I'm good.
I've been
Okay.
better.
Ingrid, okay, give me just a sec. Where the hell are they hiding my friggin' lay on hands now? Features and traits. Why not actions? Okay. Yeah, how much does everyone need? I got 25 to spend.
I'm at about
How low are you?
half of my usual 29. I have 14.
Okay. Then I will give you a full 15.
Oh, thank you.
10 would probably be enough for me.
Okay. That will completely clean me out.
Well, we can do fewer. We can do fewer.
No, you guys are so squishy though.
Yeah, but then if anyone goes
I'm
down,
okay.
you have no way to bring them back up. So maybe give me 14, give Noir 9,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, it'd be good to keep some emergency back lay on hands. Okay. Okay, Oobtaglor, you get 8. I need
Okay,
one for
that's
each
fine.
of you.
Alright.
I just want to say, why do we want to talk to this person? We just need to get that crown. I think he has a crown that it's like controlling them. The rats are saying that. So here's my deal. They were saying that they are like kind of forced into this. Like it pulls them away from like the connections they already have. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I'm just letting you know we'll try the talking thing, but I'm ready to pop off.
Oh, I don't actually
you
think we're
guys
going to be
good?
talking to this guy.
I don't anticipate talking necessarily working, but I don't know if this is very apparent, but I'm a bit of a little older woman, so fighting sometimes really takes it out of me. So I'd like to attempt to solve this one way. And I have a very...
Yeah, I noticed that like those rats that that was really rough.
Well,
for y'all.
we seem to handle them in our own way. But I, Sophia, have a kind of stupid idea that I would like to try. Other than that, I think we're probably going to have to fight this guy realistically.
Cool.
What else is new? What would you like to do, Sophia?
Yes. If everyone is cool with it, Ingrid's going to burst into the room. Just run in.
Oh.
Loudly.
I mean, that was
Okay.
my plan too,
All right.
so fire away.
Ingrid, you burst in and see the scene described before, with the exception that the sounds of battle have alerted them to your presence. You see that the swarms of rats are lined up as shown right there.
Ugh.
And the shadow demon is currently floating in the middle of the room behind this army of rats that have coalesced.
Okay. I'm going to reach into my pouch where I have the extremely expensive grapes from each, and I'm going to attempt to,
Oh
through
my
their base
fucking
instincts...
God.
This was your plan?
This is my plan.
Oh my
I'm going to pull out,
fucking
again,
God.
the nicest grapes, minimum 10 gold worth of grapes, but much nicer, realistically. I hold them above my head. Cranium rats of the sewer! Abandon this false master! Grapes for all! Just gotta get the crown.
You're trying to unionize the sewer rats.
Kind of, a little bit.
I
I'm a fan of this
immediately
plan.
go into the shadows. I immediately hide. I immediately
Okay, Nyx, go ahead and hide.
I understand that this is a dumb idea,
Sophia.
but I wanted to try it.
Sophia, roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yeah, of course.
That is an 18 for stealth.
Yeah, it's good. That's gonna beat everybody's stealth. That's gonna be.
Yeah, that's gonna fucking
Let's go.
It's gonna fucking do it.
Hey, that's a fucking do it. That'll fucking do it right
I
there.
rolled
You got us, boss.
a 17 and a 19, so 17 with disadvantage, plus my persuasion, which is plus 9. So that's a 26.
Incredible!
Yes!
You watch.
Bard.
Yes.
Bard.
First, the rats aren't smart enough to be. The regular rats aren't smart enough to be convinced.
Fair.
Tattershade obviously is not going to be convinced. Like you can't persuade these rats. They're under domination basically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But the cranium rat swarm has some intelligence to it, and you watch as for a moment it's almost humanoid shape. Has no clothing though has no clothing to like make itself look humanoid, but is humanoid. It has no legs, just this trunk, but these two like big arms, and the whole thing is shifting and like growing and pulsating. And for a second, it seems like it's going to break apart, and they kind of like the rats like kind of like move, and then they come back together, form again. They're still under the control, but perhaps you've reached someone deep within the cranium rat swarm that you are, and perhaps there will be some benefit to you.
Yeah. My hope was to, in some way, have their base instincts supersede their domination, but obviously I didn't expect to fully persuade them, so I'm very happy with this outcome. But yeah, Ingrid's standing there in the front of the room holding a bunch of grapes over her head.
You watch all of that happen. Nyx, you watch Ingrid he's like, I have a plan, and then she goes in with a bunch of grapes. Holds them up, and you just homer into the hedge.
I fully
disappear into
homer
the shadow.
into the hedge. Like, immediately just like, no.
Though I don't think anyone else speaks the planar sign, Tattershade signs to the rest of them and says, spies, thieves, here to steal our secrets. We cannot let them upset the power we have. Do not let them break us apart. Kill, kill, kill! And I need all of you to roll initiative, please.
I think I got the gist on that last one.
It's been fewer than 10 minutes, right?
It has been fewer than 10 minutes. It's been fewer than 1 minute.
Hey.
All right, cool. All of our inspirations are still up.
Yes, they are.
Oh, excellent. That's good to know.
So you can use them on this check if you'd like. Damn, I rolled pretty good for a bunch of fucking rats.
Hey, they are really good.
Bunch of fucking
Everyone's
rats.
really shitting
They're
on
sweet
rats
little
today.
boys.
Your father
Leave
was
my
a
brothers
rat.
and sisters alone.
25 to 20?
Yes. 24.
What'd you get?
Nice.
24 next. All right.
Yeah.
Not gonna be caught sleeping a second time.
Nope.
20 to 15.
18.
18 for Ingrid. Somewhere on this thing. There they are. There she is. 18. All right. 10 to 15.
11.
11. And Oobtaglor, where you at?
4.
All right.
4.
So in descending order, we have Nyx, then Tattershade, followed by Ingrid, the swarm of rats, Bileyg, the cranium rat swarm, and then Oobtaglor.
Ah, hell yeah, we're
All right.
zippering in.
Nyx, from the shadows, what would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to run. I'm gonna cunning action dash.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 to right Oh, hold on. I gotta switch the.
So the
there. I just gotta move.
Sure.
This.
The wooden piles are difficult terrain, but it seems like you're going to avoid those.
No,
so.
I'm gonna avoid it. So I'm going diagonally.
All right. That's action and bonus action. You sneaky rogues. What would you like to do? I assume you get a stab.
No, that's movement. That's movement and bonus.
Movement
action.
and bonus action.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say action. You're right. Movement and bonus action.
For my action, I am going to sneak attack this Tattershade immediately and try to cut him off from all my family.
Hell
my
yeah.
brothers and sisters.
Rats.
They're
Forsake
definitely
this
talking about
false
the rats.
prophet. He is not our own.
Yeah.
Are you a rat?
No, but my
think
father
it's
was a rat. That's
Tarzan
a
situation.
fair
Ooh,
enough, fair
There's
enough.
layers to that, I'm sure.
You married into the family.
19 plus 6 is
Yeah, that'll do it.
Your stealth roll may be
5 to
high, but I can
hit.
detect daddy issues in any zip code.
You were stealthed, which means you have
Yes.
advantage, which means you're going to get sneak attack.
Yes, yes. And then I am also, hold on, pause. So because I have sneak attack, I am going to, there it is. Not poison, not, I would like to use trip sneak attack, so I just take away a d6. And it's if the target is large or smaller, it must succeed a DC 14 dex saving throw, or else it's prone.
Ooh.
Okay.
So the damage, that's 8, 9, 10, 11 damage plus 3 from the one psychic knife, so 14 total. And then they gotta make a, 14 DC as well. Dex saving throw.
So this creature is immune to the prone condition.
Yeah, I thought it might
Motherfucker.
be, on account of how it doesn't have legs.
You're
On the fact that it doesn't have legs.
You temper yourself because we're not done yet. This creature has damage immunity, psychic.
No!
Oh
Nyx feels a deep, deep pit in their stomach. when
You watch
they
as the
watch
psychic
this
blade
knife.
goes right through. You've never seen something like that happen before.
Wow.
Like her skin is already white. She goes like even more blanched white
Translucent.
somehow. Just absolutely translucent. It's just like, and then I just as a mental thing, I want to go to Oobtaglor and be like, this thing is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's terrifying. I don't know what to do.
Nyx is bad at their job.
Whoa!
What the fuck? I peek around the corner. I can hear you.
Sorry.
How'd you get over there?
All right, Nyx, does that end your turn? I think it does. It
Yeah,
is
it does.
Tattershade's
Give them a
turn.
moment, for pity's sake.
Tattershade is
Wow,
going to
lovely.
use psychic
Let me
enervation.
mourn.
Oh no, of course it's psychic. You should have guessed from the fucking...
It turns its head like as if it doesn't have bones, which it doesn't. Just owl turns its head and its mouth goes and gapes open. It is going
my
to
God.
roll to hit. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, boss.
Yeah.
You will take 10 points of psychic damage.
Do you, resist that or anything?
You know, I don't think I do.
Oh, okay.
No.
Hold
10
on,
points of psychic damage. Oh, yep.
Where do I see what my resistance is?
I think it's under
It should be
features
on
and
the
traits.
side. You have a little box that has resistances and things like that. You know what? I have your character sheet right here. You are not resisting.
Yeah.
Under
No, I'm not.
defenses at the top there. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so you take 10 psychic,
Okay.
and you have to please make me a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Come on, buddy.
Okay. Wisdom. Here we go. That is a hot 11.
You fall prone from fear. You are frightened. You fall prone, and you cannot stand up from prone while you are frightened.
Wait, I would
Wow.
like.
He
wait.
Uno
wait.
reversed you.
Wait,
Yeah, wow.
wait, hold on.
Oh, you have your inspiration. Is that what
Yeah.
you?
I have my inspiration that I would like to use
Ooh.
right now.
This is a
Okay.
saving throw, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a
do you roll?
6, so that
Woo.
makes it a 17.
Okay.
Okay, you save. And what is the
Oh.
bonus for that?
The creature using the Bardic Inspiration die gains temporary hit points equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die plus 4. So you get 10
10.
temporary hit points.
That's
So
nice.
okay.
I just said
so
Uno reverse on
You
you.
just fucking counterspelled this bitch.
No.
he takes no damage, does not fall prone. He uses it back on you. You take 10 damage, but you tap into the power of friendship saves you. You working alone here, you would have been screwed. But tapping into the inspiration that Oobtaglor gave you, you take enough temporary hit points to cancel out all the damage and are not frightened and prone. As you use that inspiration,
I
that was
think Nick's like
phenomenal.
just has this song stuck in their head, like reluctantly, like it's catchy, like I can't even. Dang, it's just good, and they are absolutely like humming it in their head constantly now.
Aw.
Hell yeah.
I'm awesome
Tattershade
at
is
my
not
job.
going to move. So that is going to bring us to Ingrid's turn. Ingrid, what would you like to do?
Okay, well, I'm gonna run up a bunch because I need to get a little closer. 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, I'm now within 30 feet of Tattershield. So Ingrid is going to point the tip of her sword over to Tattershield and kind of
Shade.
Tattershade? Well, whatever, Tattershade.
Yeah.
More like Tatter Shame. And I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on it. And so it's gotta make a wisdom save.
Okay, wisdom saving throw from this
DC
guy.
14.
Wait, does it take damage?
Nope,
Hold
this is
on.
not a damage thing. This is,
But
We gotta see. We gotta see what its resistances and immunities are.
Well,
No, but
it's not damage. Is it? This doesn't charm it, I don't think, correct?
it'll just make it fall prone, right?
a creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. If the spell affects it, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. A creature with an intelligence score of 4 or less isn't affected.
So, okay, I guess the question is it incapacitated because it's prone, or is it incapacitated because of the spell and prone is a side
Oh
effect?
god. D&D's natural language. Give me a second. Does Tasha?
He has to fail the check first, guys. There's no before we
I mean,
get
it
into
sounds
this.
to me like
right, hold on. Let me
incapacitated
roll.
is the more important part.
Okay. Yeah, because incapacitated is a condition you can have. Incapacitated, not a condition immunity for
Nice. Okay, awesome.
for Tattershade.
Ha ha ha.
So that's a fail of only a 9. So they don't fall prone. They don't fall prone, but they're incapacitated as they begin to laugh and their jaw. I'm thinking of. Did you ever play Banjo and Kazooie?
Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
There's the skull guy, and his jaw like jabbers like this, like it goes up and down, like it's disconnected. This guy's jaw does the same thing. If I'd given you a million guesses, would you have guessed that's where I was going when I asked, "Have you played
No.
Banjo and Kazooie?"
No, I would not.
I thought he was going to laugh like Banjo, like
Ingrid, you
the
made him worse.
I thought, you know.
So he's incapacitated. So incapacitated means I think he can't take actions.
No.
Let's see.
Give me a sec. I have the condition right here. Can't take actions or reactions.
Or bonus action.
Wow.
Well, the
Or
specific
bonus action.
wording
Yes,
of
a bonus action is technically a type of action.
Tasha's Hideous Laughter also is that it can't make any saves until it either takes damage or it's the end of its turn. So even if it gets around to its turn, it couldn't take like an action or
Whoa.
a bonus action, etc. until.
Yes,
it's
unless
saved.
one of you damages beforehand.
Yeah.
Now, crucially, it is not prone because it can't go prone, so attacks against it will not have advantage. But it can't act or take reactions. Can't take actions. I'm going to rule that as villain actions as well, you damn son of a bitch.
And then I'm going to use the rest
Nice.
of my movement, because I have around 20 feet. 25, 30, and then I'm going to bonus action dash rogue save. Trying to be speedy. Okay. 30. Hi, buddy. Getting closer. And Ingrid will just start booking it. I don't want to get near the rats at all because I know that they're my friends. So, like, we need to...
Well, the cranium rats are your friends. The regular rats.
I do want to distinguish that there are cranium rats, which are creatures that can gain intelligence and have personality, and there are regular rats, vermin.
Well, either way,
I mean, look, they're still animals,
the
so
rats.
I don't know how you feel about that. They're still animals, but okay. Does that end your turn?
That ends my turn.
All right, let's check out what these rats do. 30 feet. Now, the difficult terrain doesn't bother them because they're swarms. So you can go 5, 10, 15, 20. Move into your space here. This one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 here. And we are going to attack. They don't really do so good. So let's see if they can hit you. All right, first one against Ingrid. Dirty 20 against Ingrid.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Whoa.
You take, oh my god, 10 points of piercing
Jesus
damage.
Christ.
What?
And I had to make a
I rolled so crazy on all of those dice.
concentration check.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
I'm fine on the concentration check. I rolled an 18 plus whatever.
Okay. The second one is against Nyx, and it's a 21.
What is
my goodness.
happening?
I don't care for this.
What?
I don't care for
Guys,
this. What's
statistically,
happening?
them being able to hit is like an impossibility. It's crazy I rolled both of those. What I rolled 11 points of piercing damage.
You gotta stop. Somebody stop this man.
I have rolled almost max on every dice I rolled in the last minute.
It's
outrageous.
fine because I had those temp hit points, so I just lose 1.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
there
no,
you
it
go.
was-
You're fine. What are you even
But you
upset
also
about,
took 10
friend?
beforehand, so now you're down 11.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. It's just 27 hit points that I'm at. That's fine, right?
That's pretty good.
Doing okay.
That's what I
Means
said.
you got
I'm
26
just
to work
crying
with.
when I say it.
All right. That is both their turns, though. They don't really have much. And Tattershade did not lose concentration. You did not lose concentration, so Tattershade is still incapacitated, which means no villain action. Which brings us to Bileyg. This battle's going to go a lot faster if one guy, the guy in charge, can't do anything.
I am so slow, but my target is clear. And if I don't need to attack, I guess I can just close distance. So I'm just gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's my full movement. And then I will use my action to dash. If nothing else, so I can get up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And now that I'm within 5 feet of Ingrid, the next time she gets attacked, I'll be able to impose disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ah. This is very wise.
That's
okay.
what I'm here for,
That ends your
boss.
turn?
Actually, hold on. I might be able to use my bonus action for something useful for a change. Let me just... check. Yeah. I'll just cast Divine Favor on myself. Well, it's not really worth it. Actually, okay, so this disappeared from my character sheet at some point. My spell allows me to cast Crusader's Mantle. Is that an action or a bonus action?
Your what lets you cast it?
My sword.
Your sword. Your sword lets you cast Crusader's Mantle.
Crusader's Mantle. It's a
that-
third level spell, so normally I wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
It
That's
used to be on my
weird
character
that it
sheet, and now it's gone.
Check under your sword. It may still be under your sword, but give me a sec. I'll look up. I'm pretty sure it's an action, though.
I mean, it's listed on the description, but it doesn't have a button for, like, cast, so...
Gotcha. Of course. It is an action.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think it's because... Hold on, let me see if that fixed it. Yep, it required attunement, and I hadn't hit the button.
Oh, there you go.
Alright, well, in that case, I actually think I'm good. My
Okay.
spell slots are better used elsewhere.
Cranium Rat Swarm time. The Cranium Rat Swarm is going to protect its
Hey.
master,
I
but
offered you grape.
Boy.
your check comes into play here because they are going to roll this attack at disadvantage.
Yeah!
I'll hold up the grapes and
All right, here we
dangle
go.
them tantalizingly. This could all be yours.
I
if
know
only
you're
you
still
miss.
in there, Meech.
Meech.
Do we see Meech among the
He's
cranium
got
rats?
Single
Just
bow.
gotta be. I feel it in my
Roll me a
soul.
perception check.
What?
Oh my god.
What
So
is that
disadvantage, that's a 22.
I'm going
Oh
to
my god.
Nice.
reaction silvery barbs.
I rolled a 17 and a 19.
I can't impose like double disadvantage.
What are you doing?
Can
I'm
I?
gonna use my reaction to
You're
silvery
doing silvery barbs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, here
Correct.
we go.
I rolled an 18 on that perception check, by the way.
That is a 2. No meat sheet on seeing there. 2 plus
Okay.
5 is 7 to hit.
No.
What do you say to silvery barbs, this swarm?
I know you're in there, Meech. Look at the grace.
Objectively, he is not. I
I'm
checked.
with you to the
Well,
end of the
you didn't
line.
see him. You don't know. You don't
That just
know.
means he's not on the surface.
Oobtaglor thinks that Meech isn't in there.
Who are you giving advantage to?
Oh, that's a good point. I'm gonna give the advantage to myself.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay. It says a creature you see, not another creature?
Yep, it is choose a different creature you can see within range. So and parentheses, you can choose
Gotcha.
yourself.
Yes, you used it on.
I just can't give
on the
advantage
rats.
to
A
the
different
rats.
creature is here.
So.
Yes.
That would be a little bit weird.
All right. Well, the rats, you wasted their turn. Oobtaglor,
Yes.
you may now go.
Oobtaglor is gonna try and get that crown off of Tattershade's
That's the whole
head.
move, right? That's
Yeah.
that's the goal.
Get him, boys.
So yeah, using my action to dash a full 60, I can make it up to here. I don't have an action to pull the thing off of the thing, but I can use my bonus action to inspire Ingrid.
Aw,
Just stacking buffs on top of her.
thanks, buddy.
Gee, Miss Ingrid Starling, you must understand. You gotta kill these guys before it gets out of hand. I know you can do it, but if you desire, take my support and be inspired. Be inspired, be inspired, be inspired. Go and be inspired. Yes, Miss Starling, go and be inspired.
Woo.
Oh,
Wow.
Bars.
I
three
know
in one
I'm new,
episode.
but this is just never gonna get old.
I know, right? How do you think I
Like-
feel?
This
It's
is
very impressive.
fantastic.
We have 2 people committed to the bit of singing.
Yeah. I think
All
that's
right.
like, I know I cannot do bards that well, and so I don't play bards that much because I know I just don't have this incredible talent of making up a song on the spot. It's so cool.
I met with our second guest for the season yesterday to do a little bit of
Yeah.
character
Third bard.
development, and they
Third bard!
they said no. They literally said, "Oh my goodness, I can't even remember what prompted this because I didn't prompt this. They just saw this. They were like, "Oh yeah, and I don't sing, so I'm not going to do any singing or anything like that. Don't worry."
Don't worry.
And I was like, "We got it covered. Don't worry. Don't you
Amazing.
worry. We got
We're
it
running the
covered."
full game.
Yeah.
So,
Don't worry.
I thought it was
Joke's
very
on
funny.
you. I'm not worried because we already do it.
we do it. All right. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's all you got. All right. That brings us to Nyx.
Yo, I'm gonna bonus action disengage away from these fucking rats. Oh, come on, I'm pressing you. Hold on, let me see. There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right here, next to my buddy, my
Heyo.
best friend, my new best friend.
Aw,
Hello.
I didn't say that out loud.
of course not. You are still psychically linked, though.
and I heard
so-
your thoughts.
Oh fuck, that's right. We are still psychically linked.
You can't
You
hide
didn't
from
hear
me.
that. It was a joke. I didn't even get out of my head.
Everyone falls to the temptations of Oobtaglor.
You're the first person to like Oobtaglor that has ever met them in this city. Famously, everyone Oobtaglor meets is like, "Oh my god," with this person.
Those two are going through some very interesting face journeys over there.
I think I hear Oobtaglor's plan to try to get the crown,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna try to sleight of hand, knock this crown off this
Hell
false
yeah.
prophet's head.
Okay, so I did obviously, I did assume that there was a chance you would try to take the crown off of Tattershade.
Yeah.
I did not anticipate him being
incapacitated and
Now,
unable to take
normally-
actions or reactions.
So actually, no. Okay, so incapacitated does mean that. Okay, so yeah, so he doesn't have disadvantage. He can't take actions or reactions, but he doesn't automatically fail. I don't think so anyway. Doesn't automatically fail strength checks. An incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. So what is it that means you fail strength and... Is it just unconscious?
Paralyzed.
Oh, paralyzed.
Paralyzed, you automatically fail. Unconscious, you automatically fail. I believe. Yes, yeah. Oh, anyway, so he does not automatically fail. And normally I would ask for a athletics, right? Because he would like put his arm out and be like, stop that.
Yeah.
But because he's incapacitated, I will allow sleight of hand. The DC is his DC. It's 14 to get it off his head.
Come on.
So
Do it for the rats.
Can Manny help me?
Manny's fighting
Manny
everything
help you?
not to join
So,
Manny's
so the
No,
way that,
Manny's
the way
still
that
with me.
fighting off the brainwashing arc.
Manny's still with me.
Manny's fighting the Winter
Manny
Soldier
is still here.
programming.
the way that I use the help action is that whoever's helping you has to be better at it than you or proficient, because otherwise, how are they helping you? Right? This is to prevent the normal this is to prevent like the barbarian from being like, oh, I give health to the rogue with the lockpicking. It's like, well, how would the barbarian help the rogue with the lockpicking, right?
This is
the
mostly
rogue could help the
joking.
barbarian. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say this is mostly joking, but emotional support is help too.
Emotional support can be
There's no bad ideas here.
but I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
This is my emotional support, rat. You have to let me take advantage. You can't actually ask for any paperwork about it.
There's a little sign
Well,
on the
here's the
entrance
thing,
to the
if you
sewers that's
wanted-
like, no pets allowed. Emotional support animals okay.
If you wanted this rat to go on a plane with you, you're correct. But
Okay,
same
good.
rules don't apply to the help action. So go ahead and make your sleight of
everyone,
hand.
when we get on a plane, we'll be good.
What's a plane?
It's okay. That's a 17 on the die, plus my
Let's go.
sleight of hand
Take that
is
crown.
it's a plus
Take
6,
that
so
crown.
23.
You've made them too powerful.
They are the rat horde.
You watch as this creature struggling to do anything that's just laughing. It turns on Ingrid, flame in its eyes, like
What's so
furious
funny?
that it can't seem to do anything but laugh. And then there's a flash of light across the silver as the crown is plucked
Yoink.
off of its head. That is an action. Did you have any bonus action you'd like to take?
I think so. Nick's had a lot of righteous energy in taking this person down. But the second that they get this crown in their hand, they're like, yeah, but I do it better. And I want to put the crown on.
Yes.
All right. I appreciate that. It does require attunement, but I
Okay,
appreciate
well,
the
it looks
the,
great.
the
But for now, the
ballsy
fashion
move that it is.
statement.
Yeah.
The fashion, it's
You guys
about,
watch
it's,
as the crown
it's a
is
statement.
lowered
The ring
onto
is
their
mine.
head. Beautiful. It's that silver. It's like very intricately, every little spike on the crown. I'm sure the prongs, I'm sure there's a word for it, but is a little crown, and then the tails all twist together to form this like beautiful like circular swirling pattern around the actual band of the headpiece.
I whisper, I go, you know nothing of the rats.
Fantastic.
We're getting the
Every
deep Nick's
single
lore.
rat is going to dip on its turn.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Except for Meech.
All
All
right.
right. Back to me. Yes. Meech.
Except for Meech, who will come back, yes. Okay.
It doesn't get to make another save until we hit it, right?
Well,
on
on
the
the
end of
It
its
can make a
turn.
save at the end of its turn.
Yeah.
That would have been really funny.
When a creature who can see that regains.
Don't worry, it's gonna fail this
Yeah,
one.
no one's healed. Okay.
We just pull a Goku. We're like, it's been defeated. We don't need to kill it. It's demoralized. Let's just leave.
You gotta be healthy.
It
so
is
that
going
we can
to
fight
take
each
its
other
turn
again.
and then make the save at the end.
And by take its turn, you mean?
Yep, just making sure it didn't have
conspicuously
magic
not do
resistance or
that.
something. What's the DC that it's trying to hit?
Wisdom 14.
Wisdom 14. Okay, so he's got to roll 12. He rolls a 9. Plus stuff, but not high enough. Alright. His turn ends. That brings us to Ingrid. What would you like to do?
Did the swarm of rats restrict my movement in any way?
It does not.
Great. I'm gonna step closer to Tattershade. And I know that if I attack it, it will make the save again. And seeing that my ally has claimed the crown for themselves and trying to suss out if the rats are gonna attack anymore, I think Ingrid will sort of loom menacingly, and I will hold an attack with my blade if it seems like Tattershade is going to attack any of my allies.
Okay. You will attack if he attacks. The swarms of rats disappear.
Bye, guys.
They
Clean.
break apart and flee, which brings us to Bileyg. Bileyg, what would you like to do?
Oh, man. I mean, attacking him is a bad idea. Because
Well,
that'll...
leaving him alive, he's a shadow demon. Leaving him alive is also a bad idea.
I
and
agree.
You kind of got him.
Yeah. What I am going to do, actually, now that my actions are not necessarily having to be spent on everything, I am going to cast Crusader's Mantle. So, in a 30-foot radius around me, everyone will deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage when it hits with a weapon attack.
I'm gonna kick this guy's ass.
Oh,
I'm gonna fuck him up.
this guy's
Okay.
fucked.
You hold forth your sword, and yeah, light fills this room, which was dim light up until this point. It's now bright, and you see he's almost starting to like burn and smoke away in places just from the light being in here. And everyone gets an additional D4 on their weapon attacks.
Yeah,
that
I
brings
think
us
it's
to
pretty
the cranium
funny,
rat
too.
swarm. Unless you want to move, Bileyg, any movement?
Oh, no, I'm comfy. Actually, I might scooch up next to Ingrid so I can do that
Get some
imposed
flanking,
disadvantage.
yeah.
Because, well, get some flanking,
true,
and
true.
also, you know, she's within 5 feet, so I can avoid... Because she took the most hits in this fight so far, I think.
I don't have a lot of hit points now.
Yeah.
All right, cranium rats are going to disband. You watch as they also flee. Some of them grouping together, some of them not, except for one rat. Neat little blue bow tied around his fluffy neck. Scampers up onto the boot, up the breeches, and up to
the grapes
your
are?
shoulder, Ingrid.
Help yourself to a grape, dear.
You
Starts to happily munch on a grape, and gives you little content sighs telepathically.
Oh, I love him so much.
All right, Oobtaglor, that's you.
Well, what are we doing? Are we
I
attacking
think
him?
we're wailing on
I
this
think
bitch.
the tactical move would be to
Fuck
wait until the end of his
this
next
guy
turn, because then we
up.
can all just hit him in a row. Because if we don't hit him before then, he won't get to take his turn before any of us.
Ooh, okay. Here, what I'll do is
Oh.
this then. I
That's
will.
That's a metagame.
I'll fairy fire.
Nice. So everyone's gonna have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just
I just
piling on the
imagine we're
buffs.
just slowly walking. Like the rats are running away, and we're all just slowly walking up to this guy.
13? Hey,
13
you know
does
what?
not
This is
mean-
on me. I should learn to start putting legendary resistances. You guys are high enough level now.
No, don't
No,
learn things.
no! We made it
No,
worse!
you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
no, lesson learned.
No,
Thank you
that's
for teaching
okay.
me.
We promise
13,
to never
I
do
believe,
this
is a
tactical
fail.
combo again.
He had so many guys. There were so many bad guys in this
Austin,
fight.
you
that
made
just
one.
totally
You made
muted.
one critical mistake this episode, and it's that you gave us another rat episode, and you thought that we would fight the rats, like we weren't gonna save the rats first. Come on,
Viva
man.
I thought
La
you
rat
not fighting the rats would be
system.
to my advantage, and that I could just have them keep killing you and you wouldn't hurt them.
If the DM includes
egg on
a
my
single
face.
point of failure in the first 15 minutes of the fight, you're legally allowed to leave.
All right. Tattershade is illuminated with just a 13, I believe is a fail, illuminated by the fairy fire. That brings us to Nyx's turn.
So we're not attacking him yet.
We're gonna wait for him to boof his turn, and then I think we just all unload. But, you know, it's your call.
How's he looking?
We have
I don't think
once.
anyone has damaged him at all.
No.
Oh, that's right. All right. I'm gonna just use my I'm gonna pull out my short sword and just use it to pick some dirt out from under my nails as I'm slowly walking up to this guy. Maybe like really, really intimidating, just like, you absolute fool.
All right.
You think you can control us?
The turnaround from like, oh fuck, my powers aren't working, he's unlike anything I faced, to like, ha, you fool. You're already in my domain expansion.
Nyx is just the graph of it's so over, we're so back, it's so over, we're so back.
All right, here we go. Nyx's turn ends. Tattershade's turn starts. Tattershade's turn
all or
ends.
nothing
DC
with
14.
Finally.
19. He
For thousands of
saves.
years he lay
Silvery
dormant.
barbs. Wait, no, we don't. No. Actually, no. We want him to fail because we know we can attack him, right?
I mean, it doesn't matter if he fails or succeeds.
Yeah.
I figure
No,
we're
it
just
doesn't
gonna start
matter.
hitting him anyway.
We're just gonna
Although he
hit.
does
We're
have
just gonna
little
wail
actions
on
which
him.
he can take theoretically. I mean, he's gonna be able to
That's
start
true.
busting those out anyway. It's fine. It's fine.
I will
I
not
think we
silvery barbs.
should.
I will not.
Okay.
All right, Ingrid.
Yes, I will attack with my advantage from silvery barbs, my DM's inspiration, the advantage from flanking. I definitely
And
have
your-
sneak attack.
Yep.
I'm gonna use the
Yeah.
Grixis Blade to go for an attack.
There it is.
The Grixis Blade is magical, so that is good.
Nat 20.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
And because I've rolled a nat 20 on my attack with this magic weapon, the target takes an extra 7 damage of the weapon's type, in addition to my sneak
Whoa.
attack and the base damage, and the radiant
Yep.
from Bileyg.
Yep.
And the
Plus
D4,
one
which is
D4.
going to be max. So, Olivia, I don't think you know, when we roll crits here, we don't double the dice. We roll the dice, and then we take the max amount and add it. So, crits are always devastating.
Okay.
Incredible.
Bileyg, how much is the
I'm
can't
radiant?
curious
believe
if
I
you... I
talked-
doubt it. I so doubt it, but I'm curious if you can one-shot this dude.
All right,
This would be the funniest
I don't think
possible
it's
outcome.
possible.
Bileyg, I need to know
Just
what's
bullying him.
the dice for the radiant damage.
1d4.
1d4.
I think it's a D4.
Okay.
Did you just use your silvery barbs, or did you not even use that?
That was my silvery bard's the advantage on this attack roll.
Oh, okay.
You
gotcha.
have to.
Yeah, you also have
you
flanking and like a bunch of other stuff, so you didn't need to
You
use
have flanking. You have fairy fire.
There's, you have no option though. It's just the next roll gets silver
Ah,
bars.
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Oh,
So my
right,
base
yeah.
damage for the
Quintuple
crit
advantage.
is a d6 plus 4 for the weapon. So that's 10,
10.
plus
So we've got 10.
7 extra damage from the crit of the weapons type. So that's 17. My sneak attack is 2d6.
12.
So it's another
Another
12.
12. This is
So that's 29
So it's
already.
29 already.
29 plus 4,
Plus 4
From the
from
radiant.
the radiant.
is 30. So it's you're gonna roll all those dice and add 33.
Great.
You can't kill him in one shot, but this is going to be absolutely fucked up.
God damn.
Okay. So that's 9 plus 5, 14 plus 4, 18 plus 33.
51.
Jesus Christ! All right, 51 points of damage, more than half this guy's hit points.
would
As
fucking
he
hope
stops
so.
laughing, he stops laughing as he comes over it. He goes, "Ah, and you stab off with the Grixis blade.
Don't steal my rat! I would like...
And just pierce right through shadowy flesh.
Wow.
Yes. I'd also like to use my offhand attack to attack.
Yeah. Roll at advantage.
Please be a second crit.
It's not a second crit, but it is gonna hit. It's like a 21.
That would be wild.
Okay, so it's just your D4.
Just a
I
D4
think.
for the dagger. Plus 3. Or not plus 3, because it's an offhand. Just a D4. It's a 4, though, so...
Plus 1d4 with the radiant damage.
Hey, it's a 4.
It does it
With
every
Oh,
the
time.
plus
radiant
another
damage.
D4 from the radiant. You're right.
Oh, okay, 6 total.
Okay, it's actually 4 total because your dagger is mundane and the damage is
Oh,
resisted. So it's the 4 down to 2, and then 2 from
Full radiant damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I will continue to
Okay,
stand there
that brings
menacingly.
Bileyg.
Yeah, I'm
Hit us
also
with your
gonna
best
try
shot.
and hit him. He's not immune to flanking, right? I am getting advantage.
Yeah, no, he's got no immune to flanking.
Okay, that's nice. You know, you never know
You
what
have
to
the
assume with
advantage
these fellas.
from the
There are
fire
creatures in
fire.
this book immune to flanking, but they're mostly like sightlet, like oozes and things like that, where like
Well,
they
you know,
don't
this
have
guy's
a
a little
directional
bit-
set of eyes.
Smoky.
He does have
feels
eyes,
like,
though.
when you do like barrelmancy in Baldur's Gate. This feels like we've done that a little bit. I feel like we've accidentally
Yep.
stumbled onto a cheat code.
Yeah, okay, so that's a dirty 20, and it's going to be
Well-
1d8 plus 3 plus 1d4.
Holy shit.
And then maybe I will divine smite.
Normally, this worked really well because one guy was puppeting the other ones. Usually, the
Yeah.
other bad guys have free will and will get you.
Okay. Yeah, that is only 8 magical slashing damage from the longsword.
Okay, 8
But,
damage.
this is the last guy, so I am gonna drop another divine smite on him. Because this guy
Okay.
Yeah,
screams
dude.
fiend or something.
He's a demon, so he takes extra.
Okay.
So that's just to the weapon.
Roll my extra 3d8.
Come on, Bileyg.
You got a second level in there?
No, it's base 2d8 and then another d8 because he's a demon of some kind.
No, I meant if
Yeah.
you want to use a second level spell
I do
slot,
have
you
another
can have a D8.
second level, but I would like to hold on to that just in case, maybe somebody might need a lesser
Okay.
restoration or something. I don't know what crazy shit you got cooked up in this guy.
We find out there's another bad guy with a Tattershade crown.
Okay, so that's 16 additional radiant damage.
Jesus Christ, this guy is so fucked.
And for my second attack,
I should never have made you guys 5th level.
You know what's
Warning.
funny? What's funny is like at the beginning of this, everyone's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're doing this to us. This is so crazy. Like, why are you rolling so well? Damn, DM, damn." And now we're
This was-
absolutely
we're just bullying him.
fucking-
To
This
be
is
fair,
the biggest Uno reverse in history.
this might miss actually. I rolled 2 10s, so that's a 16.
No, that does hit.
Okay. Never mind.
He doesn't
Alright,
have a
let's-
really high AC.
1d8
You had
plus 1d4
inspiration anyway.
plus 3. Ugh. Okay. Well, that is another 8 magical slashing damage.
Okay, he's not quite dead.
I kind of want to give the other guys a turn too. You know?
I can't do anything.
I can't.
Okay, then I'll burn one more divine smite. This is what I'm good
Okay.
at. I didn't get to
Oobtaglor, do
do
you
like
not have, like,
anything that
a
I was good at
dagger or
last episode.
Well,
I mean, this guy is probably
do, but they're
resistant
all
to
mundane.
non-magical weapons.
Yeah.
Yoinks! That is only 6 additional radiant damage. On 3d8, I rolled 2 1s and a 4.
Oh.
Damn, that sucks. But you know what?
Gosh.
He had 3 hit points left.
Oh!
How do you kill him? Finish him.
I think bisect he's not got a bottom half, so I can't bisect him at the waist. But I do think it goes up, starting where the hip is, and then through the opposite shoulder.
Knaves to chop.
Yep, diagonal.
You cut up, and as the flash of divine energy cuts through, he just gets smoked. You've done a lot of divine smiting this episode.
Yeah.
There is the shadows disappear, fall to the ground, and a little bit of a blob of ichor kind of blops down to the ground from where you killed him. There's a moment of silence, and then the blob of ichor produces a skull face that goes and screeches, and I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
There it is.
Great, amazing. If this is against a frightened effect, I have advantage.
Nope.
My last luck.
Okay.
17.
Oh, that was worse.
16.
Save.
8.
Fail.
3.
Fail. So if you fail, you take 13 points of psychic damage, and if you succeed, you take 6 points of psychic damage. As the throes of oblivion, it lets out one final death wail and psionically attacks you all.
Can I, uncanny dodge, can I also round that down again, or does it only count?
That
to
is only
half
on
of it?
weapon attacks. So
Oh, you're right.
Uncanny dodging a psychic attack is a fun image, though.
nope.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
moving
a
my head.
backflip so tight the mental illness can't catch me.
God, I wish. So how
Well-
much did you say?
13.
6 points of psychic damage.
Yeah.
If you save. 13 if you
Yes.
failed. But I sound like you saved. No one goes unconscious?
Oh, nope.
Nope.
All right.
Cut my remaining health in
Well.
half, though, if it makes you feel better.
It does, a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Well, with all of the rats freed from their dominion, from their domination, detectives of open and shut investigations, what would you like to do?
Do any of the
I think
rats
I'm,
seem familiar to those from the Rat Cafe?
Well, all of them ran, right?
I'm gonna say, how would you possibly know that? They're all gone. Also.
Do they have little pink bows on
None
them?
of them have a conspicuous
Little
chef's
hats.
hat
No.
or a little apron,
Little
perhaps.
aprons. Yeah.
No conspicuous chef's hats.
I think I
Hairnets?
stand there first of all after throwing a little shade out in the hallway about how the rats really were a problem. I think I stand there and I'm kind of like, oh damn, these guys are pretty good, I guess.
Aw.
And I like
good.
awkwardly walk up. I'm like, "You're what? No, stop." I feel like you're utilizing this more than I am in a way that I'm realizing now this ability may seem a bit intrusive.
Well, I think we established last episode that like if you want private thoughts, you can have private thoughts. So
No, I
Yes,
know,
you
I know,
can.
but we can communicate back and forth. But I'm okay with that being. It's just funny how much Oobtaglor is like calling to me.
Uh-huh.
It's like, wait, I didn't text you, I didn't call you. Why are you calling me?
Oobtaglor really likes having friends.
Yeah.
I have so many,
Yeah,
but
what
I
a
only
freak.
I have so many. Please love me.
Oof.
Please love me because I have friends. Is there any way that I can use this, try to attune to this crown, and can I like
Yeah, do you guys
do a
want to go
little-
to the... Is there anything you want... we can go to the denouement. We can go to the case closed
Well, I'm
section.
a little
if
curious because you said there were like books around
Yeah, I was
here.
gonna say,
I
I
like,
kind of
yeah.
want to see
There
what
are books
books
around,
are.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you go around, go ahead and roll... you know what? We're not going to have you roll an investigation right now. There's too many books to go through at this moment, but there are a bunch of books here, and most of them had other stuff written in them, but Tattershade has scrawled things in them in this, like, loopy, inky black, what's the word I'm looking for? Penmanship font. Handwriting, yeah. I was trying to be a little more creative than that, but in this, like,
Script.
loopy, inky black script. Thank you, that's what
It
it's
wouldn't
called,
happen to
script.
be infernal writing, would it?
Actually, he is a demon, so they speak
It might
Abyssal.
still be Abyssal, yeah.
Abyssal. Damn.
So they speak Abyssal, but I'm going to say if you would like to collect any of the books that are not completely wet pulp, you can, and you can add whoever takes them. Whoops, I believe. Oobtaglor, you have the bag of holding?
Yes.
You can note down Tattershade's notes in there.
Okay.
Perhaps a bargaining chip for our new wish-giving friend if we ever need something a little bit cheaper. Seems like the kind of knowledge they'd trade in.
It's not a bad idea.
All right, you take Tattershade's notes. Very good. And is there anything else you'd like to do while you're still here in the sewers?
If there's nothing else in the room, I think that's everything Ingrid wanted to do. I got Meech back, so that's pretty much my MO. And her thought is we should probably get back to see if the rats return to the Hags Cafe, because if not, we need to find them.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's where they would go.
Yeah.
I mean, we could like poke through the piles of junk in case there's hidden treasures. But
I mean,
if we're not
I
feeling
guess I assumed I was
that,
picking up the books with us searching the room for treasure, but if we need to, I will happily
Yeah.
do a quick little search.
Yeah.
I can do like an investigation maybe.
You're all right. You, with ample time, you have found the interesting things here. The Shadow Demon did not collect any gold or magic. Well, he had the crown, but
Right.
or other magic items. The notes and the crown were the items of significance in this room.
Cool.
So, with that being said, you return back to the surface, clean yourselves best as you can, especially the leg.
just get power washed in my armor.
A over the moon, overjoyed gourmand Gerda brings you days worth of muffins, pies,
God
cakes,
damn it.
and all manner of baked
Oh.
goods,
Excellent.
Nice.
along with a 50 gold payout.
Aw.
Okay. All right.
That's 10 for each
Along
of
with
us.
a
That's
50 gold
lovely.
payout.
Yeah.
She visits you every day for the next like several days,
We
bringing
have to
you
keep hiding
fresh
Meech.
baked goods every day. Yes, and she is just generally overjoyed and insists that you come by at any time for a real treat, as she calls it.
I don't trust like that. I don't trust like that.
That's okay. I'll scout ahead and see what she's offering.
Yes, we'll make sure it's all above board. Bileyg, I'm thinking that
So-
maybe on Sunday
so-
we get brunch.
Oh, I mean, don't mind if I do. We can open a
So
little late that day.
Oobtaglor still has a favor from Ilanka Puzzle Weaver, and I'm very, very tempted to just be like, make this hag go away. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh.
You don't want to make deals with Ilanka Puzzle Weaver. She sucks so bad.
I already made the deal.
0
she owes
stars
me.
on Yelp.
She owes me. I'm in the position of power here.
Oh, that's what you think. That's how they get you.
That is what Oobtaglor thinks. Yes.
Nothing suspicious there. So everyone, rats are all returned. The city goes back to being infested with vermin as usual.
Yay.
Yay!
Returning
Balance
to
is
the
restored.
sewers, Nyx, you find that the rats are all back and accounted for.
Good.
And
How's many hands?
Yeah, I think Oobtaglor would want to go visit Many Hands at some point.
you go back to Undersigil to visit Many Hands. In their normal spot, you find the coat, hat, scarf, gloves normally filled out with their pulsing, writhing, horrible mass. As always, they are back to normal. Happily contained again. And seeing the both of you, the rats almost lose themselves with overjoyed as they see you and like almost break.
I give them a hug that
break
does
their form.
like go through.
You give them a
into
hug
their
and
form.
they like swarm your body, like they go all
Yeah.
over and then back into the coat and fill it back up
Rat
again.
hug. Rat hug.
Oobtaglor would just give a little pat, like from a distance.
Oobtaglor can give hugs like that too.
You hear
Oh my
in
gosh,
both
you
of your
should give
minds.
each other a hug.
I don't think we'd ever be able to
Many
separate
hands
them.
can do a little like swarmy thing, and you can do a little swarmy thing, and then it's like, where's Many Hands end, and where does Oobtaglor begin?
It's
Fun
like
fact, that's actually how
Slime
Many
and
Hands and I
rats.
met. I was sort of mimicking their movements, and they seemed to like it.
it's like if
Really?
you drop like a glob
Yes.
of putty on the ground, it's gonna forever have like dust and hair in it. Now there's no getting it out of it. Like
Yeah.
Wait, I'll turn
There's always
into-
gonna
I'll
be a
turn into
rat in
you.
Oobtaglor.
and then we can all.
You don't
I-
become.
I'll-
You don't become
No,
a
I
slime
don't.
like me, no.
I don't.
kinda
I don't.
look
It's
like
purely.
one. Yeah.
It's purely for looks, but I just wanted to be included, if I'm being honest.
Oh, fair enough, fair
Aw.
enough. I think on our way back, Oobtaglor will kind of start, we'll like pipe up a conversation with Nick. So it's like,
Well,
you seem
before
to
you
have
leave,
Oh, yeah,
oh,
sure.
Oh, sorry. Many Hands. What did you need?
Many Hands, before you leave, Many Hands to Oobtaglor, thank you for your help. We knew that you would be one of us. And then changes and moves to Nyx and says, the Many as One has always counted you as an ally. But today, you were something more. They send you this. And moving through the sleeve, you see that an item is produced out. A bowl, normal bowl-sized, small enough to carry in your hands, turquoise blue with gold inlay that surrounds the whole thing.
Wow.
They said you would have need of this.
Okay. It's a
What
bowl.
is it?
is it a scrying device?
What does it do?
That is for the Many as One to know, and you to learn.
It's another test. Okay. All right.
Trust
Alright,
in them
thank
as
you.
we trusted in you.
Actually, Many Hands, while we're here, I do have a favor to ask of you.
Name it.
Can you give me any information you have on a knightly figure called Fane?
Fane. You see kind of like squirms around. We have heard whispers from the many. Takes to the streets at night, seeks out those who do wrong, drinks their blood to give him strength.
Oh fuck. We got a vampire vigilante in the city?
Cool.
That is a very important detail. Thank you, Many Hands.
We watch him, we know him. He seeks justice in his own way.
Thank you.
Thank you for the bowl.
They chatter excitedly. You're free to go.
As we're heading back, Oobtaglor will strike up a conversation with Nick. It's like, so, one of them, huh?
Huh? Me?
I don't know. Actually, would Oobtaglor have overheard many hands?
Psychic.
Okay.
I'd say psychic conversation, everyone included.
Gotcha. The many as one. Many hands just seem to indicate that you were overly familiar with them, and you seem to indicate something similar when we were fighting Tattershade. Is there? I assume this has something to do with your days living in Sigil?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Not a lot of people ask, but I grew up with them. Like they raised me and my siblings. It's been a long time. My parents died. Our parents died. It was in the war, and so we were really little, but it was just the three of us, and so we kind of retreated down into, the sewers because it was safer, and some rats, it wasn't many hands, but like a collection of them found us, and
right.
The three of us got taken in, like under. It's so weird to say I was raised by rats, but that is just like the basic facts of the situation, that I was raised by rats.
Well, cleanliness and hygiene aside, I think you found yourself some very nice upbringers.
Yeah, they're really great. They taught me a lot of stuff. It's like the whole reason I have this psychic stuff is they taught me and my siblings like we used to have to be really quiet, and so that's why we would sign to each other a lot, because we would sneak around, and so you got to be really quiet, and so in order to pass around information, we would use sign. But then the rats taught us how to speak inside our minds, which was pretty cool.
That is legitimately awesome.
Isn't it so dope? And so both my siblings and I, we used to be connected, but not anymore. Sibling drama.
Naturally.
You get it, right? Because you have a twin.
Well, not necessarily a twin. Plasmoids reproduce by basically dividing themselves and creating an exact copy with their memories up until that point. From then on, they become their own person. I was the offspring of Oobtaglor the Dancer, a very famous hero who died heroically in the Plane of Fire on a humanitarian mission. But it seems as though, in a last great act of, I struggle to call it heroism, he spawned off my sibling, Oobtaglor. I didn't know that they existed until they framed me for stealing from the potentate incandescent, which thank you for that, sibling.
Oh.
It just kind of curses the air around them.
You're welcome, sibling.
Whoa.
The sewer slime reacts.
We actually confronted each other in a sewer very similar to this. It's actually regurgitating a lot of memories now that I'm thinking about it, but...
Oh, sorry.
No. I must admit, as conflicted as I was seeing Scopin again at the Fortune's Wheel, a part of me was glad to know that they did not suffer the fate that they were sentenced to have. I'm glad they're alive. I'm not necessarily glad that they found a way to work against me again. It'd be nice if we could work together for once, but no, apparently we're destined to
I actually really relate to the feeling. so like I said, I'm a triplet, so there's 3 of us, but only 2 of us are still alive. So the youngest of us, they died a few years ago, 4 years ago, exactly, I think. And then my other sibling, they were the oldest, and we didn't get along all the time. We didn't always agree on, the good or bad things to do. Like, I don't know, sometimes, you do what you gotta do. And Nil didn't really agree all the time. But Nemo and I started taking certain jobs, and Nil wouldn't come with us, and Nemo got in trouble and got really hurt, and Nil got mad at me because Nemo was just following me, and they did that a lot, so I see where Nil's coming from. It was a little bit my fault, but I was just mad because also Nil left us and they weren't with us, so it's not like they did a very good job protecting Nemo either. So, and anyway, we got in a fight, and they kind of cut off from me and from the hive mind, and now I'm just trying to find them. But as mad as I am at them, I really don't want them to be hurt.
You, I suppose you can relate.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that we are pretty good investigators. And perhaps we can do some good trying to heal some family scars along the way.
Yeah, I hope so. Everyone says that you don't get along with people, but you're pretty chill in my book. I don't know what they're talking about.
I suppose that might say more about you than it does me.
The 2 worst people you've
know
ever
what?
met have become friends.
We don't know how powerful Oobtaglor will become if they're validated even once.
I don't. Yeah, I guess it does, but I don't really have any friends either, so. I mean, I don't mind having one.
In my opinion, it doesn't matter if you have one friend or 1,000 friends, as I do. As long as you have the one friend. The one that really carries you and supports you through the bad times and is there to celebrate you with the good. That's really all that matters. The rest are superfluous.
Yeah. Or the 2 friends, and then I turn into Oobtaglor.
You're getting it. Oh, it is so nice to see. It's so nice to see a familiar, handsome face.
I am doing this for a bit. It is getting weirder the more you get really egotistical.
What's
about
wrong
it.
with being comfortable in one's slime?
You could be comfortable in your slime. It's just like how ready you are to give yourself a compliment, I think, is what I notice personally.
I think it's more telling of the world around us that people are less willing to give compliments.
You may have a point. No shame in a game.
Not at all. All right, let's get back. I'm starting to stink.
Okay. I always stink.
Well, I think on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this episode of Rolling with Difficulty. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I had a lot of fun, even though my bad guy got. And we'll see you again next week when they'll have legendary resistances.
Yeah, when your vengeance is swift and absolute.
Yes.
We get
When
one,
I
you guys.
control
We get
all of
one
the
this
rats.
season.
Note to self, 7 storm giants.
It's even more psychic resistant.
Oh man. Well, thank you guys for listening.
You know what's
can't be
crazy is I
harmed by
planned this
radiant
encounter, and then I was reading the stat blocks, and I was like, oh, psychic community? All right. We'll see how that
See you
goes.
next time, gang.
I didn't even think about the prone thing.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Open and Shut, a Rolling with Difficulty campaign. We'll be back next week with another thrilling mystery, but if you miss us before then, check out Rolling with Difficulty on social media and check out our Discord server for fun fan conversations. You can also email us at rollwithdifficulty@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or concerns. If you enjoyed the show, please rate us and leave a review on your preferred podcast platform, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you really enjoyed the show, consider becoming a patron for even more exclusive benefits like access to monthly bonus content created by all of our lovely cast. You got all that, Berks? Perfect. Then we'll catch you out on the streets of the cage.